Hello everybody. How are we doing today? Couldn't quite get to the studio in time this morning. I had a very bad night's sleep, so barely woke up in time to actually even stream. Was gonna try and run to the studio and just be late, but I might need a nap today. I could not fall asleep till like 4 a.m. So I'm definitely gonna blame the caffeine. I had way too much caffeine yesterday. For anyone who saw my morning stream, you watched me consume a lot of caffeine, and that is why I try not to. It's because it always happens like that I just cannot fall asleep if I have any caffeine after like 10 or 11 in the morning. It's pretty bad. And I had quite a bit yesterday, like 3 times as much as I've typically had when I've needed it. So, yeah, that's why we're here. There might be a notable size difference between... there might be. We're going to talk about it today. Yeah, we're going to talk about it today. But jaguars are pretty beefy boys, for sure. I feel like most of the time, though, you're not going to see them next to each other, typically, because they live on opposite sides of the planet. And so we're going to start by actually just addressing the, well, the jaguar in the room, I suppose. Sorry. The sleep deprivation is going to make a lot of terrible jokes come out, so I just apologize in advance. But yeah, the spots, they're very confusing. I feel like most people know that cheetahs don't look super similar. And most people, I don't know, maybe the general public doesn't. You hear a lot of times when you're at the zoo, you'll hear people call everything with spots a cheetah. And this used to really bug me as a kid. As an adult, I've accepted that not everybody watched as many animal documentaries as I did growing up, and not everybody cares that much. So it's like, it's fine now. But as a kid, I really was bothered because I was like, they're clearly different. Look, cheetahs have one little spot. There's like no hole in the middle. They're shaped like a dog and they have these tear marks. Like, I always found cheetahs to look extremely different. And it sounds like a lot of people in chat feel the same. But I found this nice little chart just in case anybody out there is like, hasn't really looked at it super closely. Like, I get it. If you just at a glance see a spotted cat, and the only spotted cat you know off the top of your head is a cheetah, because it's probably the most well known, you're just gonna call everything cheetah. I get it, but we're gonna chat about this. Let me say hi to everybody first, and welcome in everybody, and thanks again, by the way, anybody who came and hung out last night for the party. It went a little longer than I expected, but man, I am grateful, and yeah, we're actually. We're actually kind of close to unlocking another emote, which I think would be kind of cool if that happens. I was not expecting that at all. But to anybody who hung out last night, there were lots of giveaways that were put on by various people subbing and starting hype trains, and anyone who won something in the giveaway yesterday, that'll be going out probably today or tomorrow. It just depends on how long it takes me. Maybe tomorrow, actually. Realistically, I'll probably go prep everything at the studio today, work way too late, take it with me, and mail it in the morning. So that's probably how it will happen. But there's a couple people I'm still waiting on information from. So if you like, check your DMs, check your whispers. I just make sure that you have an accurate address for me to send that stuff to. So let me scroll up and say hello. It looks like Zimius, you were first today. Congratulations on claiming first. I'm glad people enjoy that button. I need to think of more buttons for you guys to push. Let's see, and then Amaze, hello, welcome in, it's good to see you, friend, hope you're doing well. Goat Farmer Bluesy, hey, welcome back, it's been a minute, I don't know if you're still here, but it's good to see you. I love your lore that you've entered with, very exciting. That's a lot of goats. I didn't realize you had that many goats. I love goats. I have goats on the homestead that I worked for my studio from. Like I said, I did not make it to the studio this morning. For anyone who missed it, I got maybe 3.5 hours of sleep last night, so I am extremely tired. I'm probably gonna have to take a nap after this. So I'm not gonna have any caffeine. Do not if you guys see me reach for caffeine, just reach through the camera and swat it out of my hand, please. Do not need it. That is the reason I didn't sleep, I'm pretty sure, last night, because every time I have caffeine, I struggle to sleep, even if it's like more than 8 hours later. I'm just very sensitive to it, I think. Red Salamander, hey, how are ya? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Welcome. Amaze, no worries. Yeah, do what you gotta do. Thanks for being here, and keep an eye on stuff. But I'm always telling you, I hope that you prioritize things you need to do. That actually makes me feel better that you're doing that. So thank you, and that's totally fine. Silvo, hello. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Frozen Yak, howdy. Good to see you. Welcome in. And Trezia, welcome in. It's great to see so many folks today. I'm sorry that I'm not more energetic, although maybe I'll get there. Maybe the delirium will pull some animal nerdiness out of me and we'll get there. Hey Dow Dave, welcome in. Yep, I hopefully that answered your question, but if anyone needs refs and wants to get started, feel free to click the link at the top of chat and doodle some, you don't have to do a leopard if you don't want to. The reason I'm focusing on leopards today is because it was International Leopard Day on the 3rd. And I didn't stream on the 3rd, but I thought it'd be fun to incorporate leopards. I don't think we've ever specifically studied leopards. I don't even think I've maybe drawn one leopard in the past couple of years, so, you know, it's fine. We'll study the body structure. I'm probably going to compare them to jaguars and see if there's things I can find. I've got a few charts in my Pinterest that link up there if you want to click it and see if you can spot any differences. I'm really trying not to make stupid puns, I promise. But yeah, feel free to get started without me, because it does take me a little bit to kind of get going. I've got some tea kind of cooling off here that I'm gonna get into. Hopefully that helps me wake up slightly. Craig, welcome in, good to see you. And Dally, hey, good to see you too, hope you're doing well. Chris Wright, good to see you as well. My gosh, so many cool folks in the chat. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. We have so much rain here right now. It's supposed to rain all day today. So, yeah, we'll see if I can make it into the studio or if I just slide up the hill trying to get there. Jaguars swim, that's true. That is true, PJ. Jaguars swim, and they take a lot of, they live in South America as well. And leopards live in Africa. That's what I always remember. Oh my gosh, Dally! So Dally, here's the thing. One, enjoy your alien baby. Two, wait, hold on. Where's my view that I can actually see where things are happening? Hold on. Let me make sure that it was Dally. It was Dally. Yeah, Dally, we did this thing. It's your 4-month birthday. Well, happy 4 months. Thank you. And also, we're doing this thing now that I'm trying for the rest of the month. We started it yesterday. Let me show you. Would you like to be in the Kasey Zoo? Let me show you what I mean, friends. For the rest of the month, anyone who subs will have, if they'd like, has the opportunity to choose an animal, and I will draw a very dumb, very simplified version of that animal. What is this? Hold on. Here we go. I found it. So here's the Kasey Zoo that we started yesterday. Let me just make a new thing really fast. So here you go. This is the Kasey Zoo. It's very silly. It's also kind of small. I didn't realize I made it at such a small resolution. But if you'd like to be in the Kasey Zoo, this is available to anyone who subs. If you don't want to be an animal, you can also gift your animal doodle to someone. It's just, I'm trying to think of ways to like thank subs. There's ways that I thank patrons over on Patreon. I feel like I should, I don't know. I've seen artists on Twitch do variations on something like this, so I'm trying this out. I don't know if I might keep doing it or change it or something, but anyway, if you'd like to be in the Kasey Zoo, feel free to pick an animal and I will assign its name under, or your name under it. So let me know. Or again, if you don't want that, you can always gift the sub sketch to somebody else. But hopefully it's fun. We had some fun with it yesterday, and if anybody like gifts more than one sub or something, I can also add to your animal. Like this wolf, somebody started a hype train with 2 rounds of gift subs, so they got fire added to their wolf. Let's see. Cheetahs are way smaller, yes, for sure. I feel like cheetahs are way more distinct. Cheetahs are desperately trying to domesticate themselves. That is also fair. They do seem quite fond of people. They are very dog-like in a lot of ways, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, jaguars are huge. Cheetahs are the greyhounds of cats. Exactly, Red Salamander. I'm so glad you all get this. And the spots don't even look the same. Yeah, for the cheetah, definitely not. I can see the jaguar and the leopard. I struggle with the jaguar and leopard. I always remember one of them has spots in the middle of the rosettes, but I can't ever remember which one. I've looked at this before. It is the jaguar that has rosette spots, so they look like flowers. So like jaguar kind of has an art like flower. There's not really a rhyme there, but maybe that's how you can remember. Hey Dracon, how are you? Good to see you. The time I've done a lot of public engagement, I keep getting surprised by just how little a lot of people know about a lot of animals. I know, yeah. I think, again, and that's where I kind of arrived to Red Salamander. Red Salamander says, I think that says more about me than everyone else. When I was a kid, like I said, when I was a kid, it really annoyed me. And still, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when I go to the zoo, I have to stop myself from correcting the parent who is telling their child that the jaguar is a cheetah. Bothers me. But I'm like, there's signs. There's signs. If they want to learn more, there's signs. And like 50% of the time they read the sign and they figure it out that it's not a cheetah. But you know. You're gonna reach to the camera and drink it. Hey Zushi, do you need some tea too? Sharing, hello, hello. I need to start a prediction. We're starting a new thing where I'm gonna try and do a prediction at the start of every stream, just to give something fun. I don't know. They've been fun. Yesterday's was less fun because I was mostly a joke. For anyone who missed it, oh shoot, hold on. For anyone who missed it, my celebration of no crashes in April stream, you'll never guess what happened. Never in a million years, even though I called it and we all talked about it yesterday morning. You'll never guess what happened. I did in fact get a blue screen of death. 3 of them actually, at the same time. It's always terrifying. But because the stream technically didn't go offline, it stayed one solid VOD, and technically the question I asked people was, will the stream stay live? We're gonna go ahead and count it. But it's actually good for me to know because it means I have some more research to do, unfortunately, some troubleshooting, and I'd rather know now than find out during some of the co-streams this month. I'm gonna try really hard to prioritize that and figure out what is going on still. Something somewhere is not firing correctly. So anyway, but we're gonna try to do a prediction. The prediction is gonna be, how many studies will Kasey do today? We're gonna say 1, 2, 3, or many more. That is what we've done in the past. There's the prediction if you'd like to go for it. Wait, did I do 30 seconds or 30 minutes? It's supposed to be... Shoot, did I do it right? I don't even know if I did it right. The little banner thing won't go away. How do I know if I did it right? How long do you guys have? You have 20 minutes. Okay, perfect. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. If you want to predict, feel free. And then hang out to the end stream to see how many drawings I actually get to. Could go any direction today, honestly. I'm really tired. Like I said, 3.5 hours of sleep. Yeah. We'll see what I get to. Or I could be so delirious that I get everything done. So you need to go to the grocery store. No worries, Craig. Yes. Send all the ads your way. Oh, thanks, Craig. Seriously, I appreciate the lurk. If anybody leaves a lurk, honestly, it's so helpful. Let me turn the music down slightly. I feel like it's a little loud this morning. It could just be this track, but let me know if the music needs adjusting at any point. Ryu, hello. It's good to see you, friend. How are you? Thanks again for hanging out yesterday. Very generous of you. Hope you're doing well. You mean to say to me that I accidentally watched a leopard documentary on Leopard Day? Maybe, Zushi, did you? Did you watch a leopard documentary on the 3rd? Yeah? There you go. We're also getting pelted with rain. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are getting a lot of rain right now in the US. Phillips, hello, good morning. They're shown almost back to back. Big cats of Africa. Cheetahs and leopards for sure, yeah. Jaguars, I'm fairly certain, only live in South America. You would love to be in the Kasey Zoo. I finally got down to Dally's answer. Oh, and Germs and Esau and Craig, thank you for contributing to the plein air sketch day. If anybody wants to see plein air, go sketch some more goats and horses, and just the mountains and stuff. They're pretty green right now from all the rain. I'd love to show you guys. So we're about 80% of the way there, and there's 10 days left to go. So if you want that to happen sooner rather than later, just let me know by dropping some channel points there in the channel point bucket or whatever you call it. Kasey Zoo, right? I think I like it. I think it's a fun idea. I'm probably gonna have to adjust how I do it. But look, I'm a zookeeper in the middle. That's me. I'm the zookeeper, and you guys are the animals. So if anybody wants to be in the Kasey Zoo, we'll see if I end up coloring it or not. I'm not really sure. I'm just, I'm play testing this with you guys, I guess. We just started this yesterday. But I will also say, if anybody wants, if you gift a sub, like if you already have a sub but you want to be in here and you're feeling generous, you can also gift a sub to achieve this. You can upgrade to sub, bump it up a tier if you want. Yes, Ryu is trying to light me on fire. Zoo needs to buy more land. Yeah, possibly. Gosh, I don't know. Yeah. I was really hoping not to do this from here too, but I could not get up in time to go to the studio this morning. I'm so sorry, everybody. But whatever I draw today, I'll send that file over and I'll add it to the studio today. So, Dally would like to be a cheetah because you're nervous and scared. Aww. And fast, apparently. Yeah, let's make a little cheetah. We'll just get right into it. Yeah, make a cheetah. For the Kasey Zoo. Let's see. So we're gonna put you right over here, I think. Actually, Let's I want to make you like a running pose because I feel like that's what you need to do. So let's do a cheetah chasing the griffin. Maybe I think that would be funny. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I stay on the right layer here. They're just going to be like little simplistic drawings. It's just like a way to say thank you, basically, to anybody who subs. I do appreciate it, and we'll see how it goes this month. But like I said, cheetahs I feel like are distinctive because one, they have that little tear stripe thing going on right by their eye. Two, they're shaped like greyhounds, as somebody mentioned. So they've got that barrel-chested thing going on. There we go. Little cheetah. And oh my gosh, my Huion's about to fall over. There we go. And yeah, part of the reason this got out of hand yesterday was because I tried something else that I may bring back if we ever do another. We'll do another stream with giveaways. We'll have some reason to celebrate. But we also were doing, for anyone who missed the party last night, we were doing extra. So I did 3 giveaways initially, and I said, and if we hit a hype train, I will add another giveaway every time we hit a hype train. So we hit some hype trains. So I ended up doing 8 giveaways yesterday. So like I said at the beginning of stream, if anybody got something, got some merch for the giveaway, you know, make sure that you have given me an address that is correct. Just double check if you already sent it. Just do a double check so I make sure I send it to the right place, and I'll get those sent out probably by tomorrow. There we go. There's my little cheetah, little baby cheetah, and he's got spots because he's a cheetah. There we go. Okay, well now you're part of the Kasey Zoo, Dally. Thank you so much for the sub. Oh, I know it's not much, it's just a little doodle, but hopefully it's just something fun to say thank you to anybody who does sub. Let me know how you guys like it. I don't know. I've never done anything like this before, but I've been thinking about it for a while, and I figured it was time to give it a try and see. And I don't know if I'll do a zoo. I mean, I kind of want to do a zoo if we do this more than just this month. I kind of want to do a zoo because I like you guys know I like animals, and I like the idea of being a zookeeper. I used to want to be a zookeeper when I was a kid. There we go. There's my little cheetah. Oh, we gotta save this. Sub-zoo. There we go. And this one, oh, I drew you too close to this wolf. Hold on. Let's move you so I can get your name under there. Or actually, we can just put your name right here. We'll do Dally. Dally, say MT. Thank you again, Dally. And enjoy your subdoodle. Alright. So, anyway, that's what that's about. Between leopards and jaguars are heavy built with broad heads. Yes, yes. Although I do find that a little bit difficult to tell without having them next to each other. So I think, at least me personally, I find that difficult to tell. Like, to me, this, like, if I saw this in isolation, it would look like a broad head to me. And also, is that true for males and female jaguars, or just the males? Because I know the males are more stocky. Yeah, they're like significantly larger. Like, if we'll look at like some jaguars. If you see a male and a female jaguar next to each other, the males are significantly larger than the females, I think. Okay, let's see. You love your salamander? Yay! I'm glad you like your salamander. Also, welcome in, Sloppy. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I feel like fire-breathing wolf is necessary now to keep peace and order. The guard wolf who breathes fire. There's a heavy cheetah bias in this Spotted Cats Pinterest board. There is, yeah. Yeah, I didn't have time to add anything to it this morning, so I may have to add some during the stream today. No, correct them, Sesames. Cheetahs are a featherweight, leopards are a heavyweight. Yes, and again, personally, I feel like cheetahs are not really the issue. I know some people struggle to tell cheetahs apart from the other two, but I really feel like they're very different. Just correct the parents anyway. Gosh, no, I'm too non-confrontational, red salamander. No, I'll just correct them in my head and be like bothered and like really want to, but my social capital does not extend to people I don't know well enough to be like, well, actually, and be that person. But I'm glad you all understand. Trying to wake up, same, Dracon, same. You would only do that if you had a friend with you. Yeah, parents giving benefit to kids worry me as I attempt to correct them not in a work environment. Yeah. With a friend you can sidebar, the friend stage whisper like, ain't that a pretty jaguar and not a cheat? Yes, that is exactly how I've done it, Ryu. We're very similar in that way. If I'm with somebody, I will do that actually. I will start very loudly talking about the animal in the cage. Just to be like, I'm not like, you can do with this information what you want, but it's like a really cool jaguar that we're looking at. They live in South America, definitely not Africa. Common misconception. I once corrected a stranger for calling a skink a chameleon. I get not knowing it's a skink, but a chameleon. Okay, I'm so glad so many of you are on the same page. No pink team? I guess the pink goes away, Blue. I didn't realize that you didn't get a pink option if you did multiple options. I'm learning. Listen, I'm new. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Blue. How are you doing, Blue Skill? It's good to see you. Yeah, chameleons are very different though than any other reptile, frankly. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I'm among friends who also get unnecessarily protective of correctly identifying animals. You woke up to a thunderstorm. Oh, same, actually. We had some rainfall like 6 this morning. I wasn't as pleased because I had just fallen asleep at 4:30. So I was a little bit less pleased to be awake at 6. I fell right back asleep and then was up at 8:30 and here I am. So that's been my entire sleep cycle. It was just this morning. Yeah, it was a rough night. So that's why we're at if anyone missed it, that's why we're at the living room setup and not the studio right now, unfortunately. Because I could not get there in time and I didn't want to be late. So here we are. Raga, welcome in. Thank you so much for contributing to the plein air, as well as Dali and sharing. I appreciate you guys. We're probably going to get there sooner rather than later, which is exciting, because I really want to show you guys the Green Mountains. And am I brave enough to walk us up the hill a little bit? I don't know if I am. We'll have to see. But I'd love to try and take you guys on a sketch hike someday. So that's what the plein air sketches are sort of building up to, is me eventually trying to take you guys on a sketch hike and just see how that goes. I have no idea how it will be. But we might try. Okay, I think I made it toward the bottom of chat. Yes, very fair, Slappy. Yeah. Fantastic sticker sheet? You mean the sub-zoo? As a sticker sheet? Is that what you're saying? Or do you mean the sticker sheet that was given away last night? You have an interview today! Congratulations, Dali! That's awesome. I hope you do well. Lead producer position and you're gonna slaughter it because you're very good! I believe in you. Let us know how it goes. That's awesome. I had total faith that you're gonna land a job. Arting slowly, nice. I hope it goes well. Brand new GT AVI trailer. No idea what that is, but I'm sure most of you know. How did I get so behind? What are you guys just talking about cheetahs? What's going on? I'm so behind in chat. Okay, I'm just trying to see if I missed anybody. You heard of it after you lurked? Oh, you mean the stream? Yeah. Okay. Savvy Sans Leopards. I will do that. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me know about that. I'm gonna copy that right now. I don't understand how you... Thank you, Easel. I'm glad so many of you are also indignant about the cheetah confusion. Indeed, I too have made that mistake. Such a fool I was. Yeah, and you can also empathize, yeah. Let's see. I'm not sure there would be any teams that are called the Cheetahs. And there might be, probably, I bet in Africa where there are cheetahs, surely somebody out there has named a Tue after a cheetah. It's like literally when you ask little kids what their favorite animals are, 50% of them are gonna say cheetah. Because it's like a fast animal that almost every kid knows. So there's gotta be a sports team somewhere named after cheetahs. Okay, I think I've made it toward the bottom of chat here, let's see. It's like mistaking a monitor lizard for an agile. True. And I bet you that's happened, Dracon. I bet you somebody has looked at a large monitor lizard and been like, look at that crocodile. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the Sub-Zoo, okay. You would like some buffalo, please. Man, we have bison, but we don't have buffalo. They're the same thing. Well, actually, Ryu, this is why we're friends. Yeah. Although I will say buffalo is more fun to say. But technically a totally different animal, and definitely not what anybody's getting here in the US. Wait till they hear about a crocodile monitor. Oh my gosh. Hey Clay, how's it going? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Alright, I think I've made it to the bottom of the chat here. We are gonna get started. If anyone has started already, or if you're like, what are we even doing right now? We're just chatting. That's kind of how it starts at the beginning. But if you want to draw today, if anybody wants to do some studies, you can go ahead and do some drawings from observation and then post that in the art gym section of the Discord. Yeah, that's basically how we do it around here. And sorry, I got very distracted. My brain is like in 5 places right now and it's very slow. If you post something in the art gym, just please make sure that it is a study, not something drawn from imagination, but something drawn from reference or observation. If you don't want to do a leopard or a spotted cat today, totally fine. Go, draw your cat, draw your shoe, draw your hand, draw something from actual observation if you can. That's always going to make improvement go a little faster, but if that sounds too challenging, pick something else that you want to study. I mean, we've done a variety of things here in the past. We did construction vehicles and clothing last week. We've done figure studies, environmental things like clouds. We're actually going to do a cloud study later this month. I'm always excited about clouds, but just the whole idea of the art gym, for anyone who hasn't been here before, is this, right? To get the bad drawings out. So we're here to study together, to try to improve together, to try and make steps toward becoming more proficient artists, and the only way to do that is to get to the art gym, right? That's what we call it here. The idea being that sometimes you need accountability, which is what you guys are for me, so thank you. Sometimes you need accountability to actually get you to the gym, like the gym. Same thing with art. For me, I have found I do way more studies if I know somebody else is studying with me, and it's just been really helpful. So thank you everybody who has hung out for the last year that we've been doing art gym. I have done more studies in the last year than I've done ever in my whole life. So for anyone who didn't know that already, because I know we always have some new folks hanging around, that's what we're doing. That's the purpose of the art gym. So again, thank you to anybody who wants to draw along, but don't feel like you have to share. I know we have people of varying skills and in various time zones. Maybe you want to do this later, but you can always share your studies in the art gym section. Just please make sure they're work safe, especially if you're doing some kind of figure study stuff. I want to be on good terms with Twitch. I'm hoping to apply to TwitchCon Artist Alley this year in San Diego, and I don't want any marks on my account. We had a little bit of a hiccup in November. It was a bad, I don't know what you call it, somebody thought that I was doing something not okay, but I try to keep it work safe, so please help me with that, and just cover up any bits. That's all I ask, just so that I don't get in trouble. But yeah, thank you. I don't know if I will. I'm trying to keep my expectations low about TwitchCon. I would love to go to TwitchCon. They're taking forever to open applications for Artist Alley. I need to make arrangements if I'm gonna go to figure out where I'm gonna stay in San Diego and figure out housing and the travel plans. There's a lot of pieces, so I hope they open it soon because I'll have to be driving to get there, and I gotta kind of plan my route and plan where I'm gonna sleep, if I'm gonna sleep or drive straight through, all that stuff. So anyway, we'll see if I get there. But for now, let's do some studies. So I'm actually not going to start with this. I just wanted to have this up because it's a fun talking point. But I'm actually going to start with an anatomy study. Typically, that's what I do whenever we do creatures, people, anything with a skeleton of any kind. Heck, even if it doesn't have a skeleton, we've looked at the anatomy of cars before. I don't think I have any leopard or skeletons. What the heck? So let's go and find a leopard. I thought I had one. Leopard skeleton. I may have one in the anatomy section. I just forgot to look. Okay, this is a clouded leopard, not a leopard. I'm gonna make sure I'm using an actual leopard. And try maybe not to find a 3D model of one. There's snow leopards, there's clouded leopards. These are different kinds of leopards. I guess you could draw a snow leopard if you wanted to, or a clouded leopard if you wanted to stay on theme but draw like a different kind of leopard. I'm gonna be focusing on the African leopard, just because, I don't know, I'm pretty sure that's what the day is for. It's for like the actual leopard. Why are the image search results so bad? Here we go. Another fun thing that I want to talk about that there's a lot of misconception about, potentially, is this whole idea of a black leopard. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. Black leopards aren't actually their own species, despite what Zoo Tycoon in the 90s and 2000s told you, and other sources. For anyone who doesn't know, a black leopard is just a fancy way of saying melanistic large cat. It actually doesn't even have to be a leopard. If you have a black jaguar, they are also called black leopards. Technically, if you had a black anything, you would call it a black leopard. So it's more of like a moniker, I guess, or a name, rather than an actual definition of creature. So just in case anybody sees that, just be wary. Some black leopard images that you'll see online are actually melanistic jaguars. Just a little fun fact there. So if you're trying to draw leopards, just kind of be aware. This, I'm going to take on faith, because I don't have anything to compare it to. It's from Wikipedia, so I'm hoping it's slightly well-resourced. But this is a leopard skeleton, okay? So I'm going to do a quick study of what these guys look like underneath the skin and muscles, and this is going to help me kind of work out what's going on with the skin and muscles in the references. I always recommend starting with the skeletal study because it's going to help you, just even if you already know how to draw the person or the animal, it's going to help like re-familiarize you with proportion, with structure of the creature and all that good stuff. So, yes, thank you, Clay. Yeah, good luck. I've never actually been to the west coast of the US ever. I know some of you are probably from the west coast and you're like, what? I'm appalled. But America's large, guys, if you didn't know that. I grew up in Texas. It's like 1,500 miles away from either coast. So it actually took me a long time to even get to the East Coast, only because I had a friend there that I was visiting. I've never really been to the northern part of the US. I think the furthest north I've been is Chicago, but I didn't leave Chicago. And I've never been to any other of those other northern states, but I haven't been further. This is as far west as I've ever been, is Colorado. Never been any further west than Colorado, so I would love to come, if for no other reason than just to like see the Pacific Ocean, touch the cold Pacific Ocean. Maybe I want to see some tide pools. Like I'd love to go to San Diego just to be there. But the biggest reason outside of TwitchCon that I want to go to San Diego is I have always, ever since I was a kid, wanted to go to the San Diego Zoo. I've always wanted to go. When I was little, we had this I found out later it was just basically an informational disc about the park. I definitely remember it as a game, and I spent a lot of time playing this game about the San Diego Zoo. It was basically visual Wikipedia. I found out later, but in my memory, I remember playing this game about the San Diego Zoo as a child on the computer. It was not a game. So I would love to go. I've been thinking about San Diego Zoo since I was a kid, and I've heard they have a zoo and a wildlife park, which is pretty cool, and I would love to go visit both. So if I do go to San Diego, I'll be there for a week, at least. I'll be there probably the week before TwitchCon. And I may even try to stream from the zoo. Maybe we could do a zoo sketch stream or something. I think that would be super fun. I have no idea what the signal is like. I would just have my phone and my data, so it could be terrible. But that would be super fun. Oh my gosh, Iska Cosplay, hello! Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome to learning about leopards and drawing leopards today. If anybody wants to join in, we're about to get started with a little anatomy study. How was your stream? What did you get up to? Thank you so much for raiding in. Hey, Nostalgic Gamer, how are you? And Game Pups, hello. Welcome. Vale, hey, how's it going? It's good to see you, Vale. Oh, Vale, look, we drew a griffin yesterday, actually. We have this new thing for anybody who missed it during the party stream. We had a 3K followers celebration stream. We're actually 2 followers away from 3,100, but we did this little thing I'm just trying out for the rest of the month called my sub zoo. So it's like little Kasey, and you can if anyone subs or gifts a sub, they can pick an animal or they can gift their sub doodle to somebody else, but Hiddlesticks requested a griffin, so Hiddlesticks is a griffin in my subzoo. I just wanted you to see that. I'm sorry, you're probably trying to lurk. Anyway, I hope you're doing well, though. But yeah, Iska, how did it go? It says you worked on some art. I'd love to see any art that you did if you want to share, or if you have a social media link you want to share, feel free to drop it in the chat. Let's go Leopard Studies. You're doing some chill art. A barn owl? Oh, we'd love to see it if you want to share, but please don't feel like you have to if you got to read and run. I'm just offering, but links are open to you if you want to use them. While I wait to see if you have something, hi everybody who hasn't been here before. My name is Kasey. I am an illustrator. Right now we're doing these studies. I call them the art gym. It's like this thing we do Monday through Wednesday, and yeah, it's basically like I was just explaining. It's like an accountability session here. I'll show you the one from a few days ago. We actually don't always do animals. Like the other day we did construction vehicles, because I don't ever draw vehicles, and it's a weakness that I have. It's something I need to practice. And that's actually that idea of practicing and struggling and like getting the bad drawings out. That's why we started calling it the art gym. So if anybody uses social media and you want to use the art gym hashtag, you can do that as well with your studies. If you're on Blue Sky, I post an image on Blue Sky. You can reply with your studies. You don't have to do what I'm doing, because we kind of do a variety of things. But if you'd like to do what I'm doing, like we've done dresses, we do all kinds of things. Animals, we did tapirs the other day. That was fun. Tapirs are adorable. We do elemental stuff. We do figure drawings. We do all kinds of stuff. Hey, look, there's me talking about the art zoo idea. That's what that is. Anyway, so the art gym, like I said, is Monday through Wednesday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. And then in the afternoons, I come back on Mondays and Wednesdays only, so not today. But in the afternoons on Mondays and Wednesdays, I'll come back and do little like project sessions most of the time. Stuff like this. So here's like a painting, an illustration that I was working on last year. And I'm trying to get into illustration, like book illustration for kids books, middle grade, graphic novels, book covers, maybe board games. That kind of illustration stuff is sort of what I do. So if you like watching digital painters, I'm sort of trying to like revisit my approach, I guess, right now. So some of my illustration styles kind of vary. There's my webcomic Drift if you want to read that. It's not good. I'm just trying to teach myself how to make a webcomic. I started it in 2015, so it's quite old. So the style looks a little bit dated here, but anyway, if you want to read that, !Drift, it's on Webtoons and Tapas, and thank you so much for that follow. Very, very sweet of you, Iska. And I also do sculpting. I was trying to get to this, just to really quickly show you guys what I do. On the last stream of the month, we do a sculpting stream. So I'm working on a winged serpent right now, because it's the Lunar New Year was snake, and I started it during Lunar New Year, but I do the painting and the sculpting and all that stuff on stream. This is just one example. I actually have a lot of other sculptures. I just don't have pictures of them on this computer. I should probably update this raid thing, because I'm sure some people are tired of seeing the same images all the time. So sorry to anybody who's seen these before. But anyway, this is the kind of stuff that I do. And welcome in. Happy to have you. I'd love to see what you got up to if you have a link, but if not, that's okay too. If for some reason you make it to Wisconsin, I will take you bird watching. Easel, if I ever make it to Wisconsin, I will definitely let you know, I promise. Like 100,000,000%. San Diego Zoo is more than one day, yeah, I bet. Stop in Vegas? You know, Vegas kind of scares me. If I stopped anywhere, I think I'd stop in... What we're talking about is me potentially going to TwitchCon. I'm waiting for them to open up Artist Alley applications so that I can apply. But if I stopped anywhere, I think I'd actually probably stop in, believe it or not, Utah, because I've never been to Zion National Park or Moab or any of those places over there. And there's so many cool, like, rock formations and things I'd love to check out. So I might, if I do make it to TwitchCon, I might stop at some national parks on the drive, and I think I might camp out if I'm able to get a camping spot. I think my ideal would be to camp somewhere in Utah after spending a day kind of checking those things out, and then like drive the rest of the way the next day. Anyway, we'll see though. We'll see if I can. I have to get into TwitchCon first, and I have to know when that's happening. I've never been to Vegas. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Gracie, we got double rated. Holy cow. Is that Gracie Ghosty? Gracie Ghosty, thank you so much for the raid. I'm very, very flattered. Thank you for bringing your community here. Great timing. I still have the raid thing up. I'm trying to see if Iska has a link. Let's see. I'm catching up on chat here. Hey, Mode Shrimp, welcome in. Only to sit on the bench and scroll on your phone. That's what I do at the gym, unless I have accountability partners. That's why you guys are helpful. You guys are here for the art gym stream. We're actually going to be doing some leopard studies, a belated celebration for Leopard Day, which was on Saturday. We actually just spent like 30 minutes nerding out about the difference between cheetahs, leopards, and jaguars, so we can revisit that if anyone's interested. Because you may not... Yeah, that's fair, Dally. Hey, Dally, we'd love to have you anytime, but I hope you do well today. Let's see. Yeah, lots of cool projects, right? We like to get up to a lot of stuff. So many shenanigans, Cecil. Gracie, what did you get up to? I'd love to see your art as well. If either you or Iska wants to drop a link, feel free. But I hope you guys had fun. I'm sure you did. If you guys aren't following Gracie Ghosty, I think we just got you a shout out, but make sure you do. Gracie is a phenomenal painter. Truly you are missing out if you're not following Gracie. Thank you so much for that double raid. Koala, welcome in, and let's see, Gracie, of course, welcome in. I'm good. Well, okay, I'm good, but I'm really tired. We actually had a big celebration stream yesterday, and I stayed up till 4 a.m. because I had caffeine, and this is why I can't do caffeine, for anyone who wonders. I had the jitters real bad yesterday when I was drinking caffeine in the morning for the art gym, and I was like, I'm probably not going to sleep very well. I did not realize I would be up till 4, though. That was a bit distressing. So I'm just a little tired, but other than being tired, I am well. Started paying some holly. Oh my gosh, I'd love to see it, or any socials you want to share. To both of the raids, let me just kind of restate. Welcome, my name is Kasey. We were actually just showing, I was kind of showing my work while I waited to see if I had any art links to share. So here they are. Here's what I do. Thank you, Ostalok. I really appreciate that follow. In fact, I think, well, I guess it would say, I think that makes us 1 follow away potentially from hitting 3,100 followers. So thank you for getting me closer to my goal. No worries. Feel free to post a social link to either one of you if you want to post to like Blue Sky or Instagram. Happy to show that off. I do creature designs sometimes. So we do this thing called Sea Slug Dragon, or at least I do this thing called Sea Slug Dragons on the first Wednesday of the month. We're actually doing this tomorrow because tomorrow is the first Wednesday stream of the month. And we'll be looking at sea slugs, and chat gets to pick the sea slug, and I will design a creature based off that slug. It's really fun, I think, anyway. I always have a good time doing it. And I get to learn out about sea slugs. We have some sea slug emotes also. How old am I, Clayfangs? Like, I'm gonna use a joke here that I've heard before. Some of you will know where, but I thought it was very funny. Like everybody on Twitch, I am 21. Anyway, let's see. Where was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm an illustrator. So for anybody who hasn't seen my work before, this is the kind of stuff that I do. So, yeah. It's an illustration. Definitely younger than you. I'm definitely not 21. Maybe, I don't know. I'm definitely not 21. Hey, 44 is not old. 44 is not old. Listen, if there's one thing that I've learned as somebody who's transitioning to illustration later in life, i.e. not straight out of high school, I was a teacher before this, for anybody who didn't know. If you get elementary school teacher vibes, that's why. It's because I used to be an elementary school art teacher. I transitioned to this career after leaving, like, I left a stable multi-year career to pursue illustration. So if there's one thing that I've learned, is you are never too old to pick up art. And not that you are, I mean, you're obviously a professional, but just for anybody out there who might be feeling insecure about that, because I know that like age insecurity is such a thing for so many artists. Everybody feels like if they're not that like 18-year-old prodigy, why even try? And it's just, I just want to encourage anybody out there, like, follow your passion, develop your skill, and if it turns into something that you can actually make your career, you know, go for it. But even if you don't, like, you're never too old to learn a new skill. I just, a little encouraging moment hopefully there for anybody who might need that. I always keep those lists of people who are like, didn't start their career that they're famous for till they're like 50 or 60, because it's just like, you only get one life and you may as well explore a lot of things with it. Oh, here we go. Here's from Iska, the image. Thank you so much for sharing this link. Oh, this is really lovely. Status of the barn owl painting after today's stream. This is awesome. Holy cow. I know you said this is an older, yeah, this is before the stream. You're a lot further now. This already looks great. Lovely, lovely study of a barn owl. Sorry, I have a yawn or a hiccup or something trying to get out. I love the feather texture. This is beautiful. Once again, if you guys are not following Iska Cosplay, make sure that you do. I know we got you a shout out already, but just in case, now that we have your work on screen, make sure you follow so that you can not miss the next time. Let me make sure I'm following. How do I do that? It makes it so hard to do this on the stream view. How do I click? If it starts playing random things, I'm sorry. I assume you also do cosplay streams. But this looks gorgeous. Thank you so much again for the raid. It's super generous of you to bring your community over here. And this looks wonderful. I really appreciate you coming to hang out. Yeah. You went to college for art, illustration, and 3D modeling. Now you're realizing the dream. Nice. I mean, it takes some time. You were rigor in your previous career. Awesome. I did not go to school for art. I went to school to be a teacher. So maybe I just feel, I don't know. I feel extra insecure sometimes about it, but Twitch has been really great to like meet people in the industry. I think the biggest thing that a lot of my friends who went to art school have that I don't is early career connections to people in the industry. I was afraid of the internet / am afraid of the internet and definitely did not know very many artists in the industry for a very long time, and certainly nobody in any fields that I was interested in. And it's hard, you know, like in any career field, to get your foot in the door if you don't know anybody who's already kind of a few steps ahead of you. That's unfortunately true for every career, for the most part, is it's all about networking. And Twitch has really helped me kind of bridge that gap, honestly. I've met so many children's book illustrators, just like illustrators in general, convention artists, like animators, you know, comic makers, game developers, and like viz dev people. There's so many cool people here on Twitch. So if anyone's an artist out there and you're kind of like in the same position that I have been for the last decade, just try if you can to get over your fear and go get into some art chats, go join some discords, find some people you get along with, you know, and you'll be shocked. There's people out there who are into the art you're into sculpting, into cosplay, into whatever. And yeah, it's just really, it's fun. It's really fun. So thank you again, Ice Guy, for the raid. Gracie, did you have a link? If not, I might just pull up your Insta. One more follow. Yeah, Twitch is wonderful for meeting people. Yeah. Able to do it without an art background. I mean, it was a longer process, that's for sure. Sometimes I do kind of regret not going to art school, but it was also just so expensive and I didn't have the money, still don't have the money. Anyway, this is what I do. Hopefully you guys all saw that. There's drift, there's sculpting. I do sculpting for anyone who missed it. I'd love to sculpt. Sculpting is really, if I had to pick one type of art that I just really love doing and always have fun with no matter what, it's sculpting. I like when I'm drawing, I'm thinking sculpturally even. And so I just want to create things with my hands. But there's like almost no, it's extremely hard to make a living as a sculptor. So this is why it's just a once a month thing. But let's see. There's a link further up. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. Let me find that. Sorry, I thought I clicked your name. I thought I did. Oh, I didn't scroll far enough. My goodness, I'm sorry. Let's look at Gracie's stuff. Gracie is also doing some painting, I'm sure. Fantastic. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've seen this one before. These look great. Look at the texture. Look at the detail. You guys, these are like, look how vibrant. Like, they're hyper realistic and they also feel so alive and have so much character. And Gracie, I think what you do is incredible. Oh, I'm gonna apologize. Just you watch me. I'm really good at apologizing all the time. Amazing stuff. Yeah, if you guys aren't following Gracie, like I said, you should be. Gracie does incredible work. And like, just look. I mean, gorgeous. I could see your work so easily going. I don't know if you do like stationery or anything like that, but I just feel like your work is such a shoo-in for so much licensing too. If you don't already do licensing, you probably do. Like look at the iridescence. Look at the iridescence that you were able to get. And I believe you work in watercolor. We talked about this before. Yes, Windsor Newton. Gracie, I may do a watercolor stream someday. And I might ask questions. I feel like people like you and Genji and so many other like awesome watercolor artists like Margot, all of you guys on Twitch who are working in traditional media, you all inspire me as somebody who's worked digitally basically for the last decade. I have so many traditional art supplies that I never touch because I'm so afraid. And watching you guys work and just like the way you handle color, it just is so inspiring. It's kind of like the art gym, right? How doing all these studies together like makes me want to do more studies. Watching you guys paint with oils like easel or watercolors like Gracie, it just makes me want to try. You know, it looks fun. You guys make it look fun, and it really, really makes me want to pick some up and just go for it. But yeah, again, if you guys here, I'll post this link. Since I couldn't find it, maybe you guys couldn't either, or maybe you guys probably could find it because you're not dead on your feet from 3 hours of sleep like I am potentially. But anyway, go check out both of these awesome artists. Thank you both for the raids. I seriously appreciate it. And thanks to anybody who stuck around from the raids. Means a lot that you would give a new streamer a chance. I appreciate that. I know it's not the same vibe as the place you just came from, but hopefully we can have some fun here. For anyone who missed it from Gracie's stream, I think I went into it, but we're doing this thing called the Art Gym, where we do studies. So let's do a study. We have a prediction going, I don't know if it's still up, about how many studies I'm going to get to today. So feel free, if it hasn't already ended, to get your prediction in. It may have already ended. I'm not very good at sometimes keeping track of Twitch things. And by sometimes, I mean every time. I'm really bad at keeping track of Twitch things. But we are doing leopards, or at least I'm doing leopards today, because you don't have to do this. Anyone who's doing studies can do any kind of study you want. At the end of stream, we do a show and tell, where anybody who's studied along, if you want to, you can post your images either in Discord or on my Blue Sky, or use the hashtag on Twitter or something. But primarily I look at Discord and Blue Sky. So there's my Discord. You can go to the Art Gym section, find that, and you know, post images that you've done from studies. Please try not to spam. Like if you're somebody who has a lot of studies, we don't really have this issue, but you know, just like 1 or 2 is fine. Or if you want to work along with me, we have an Art Gym section. You can do studies. You don't have to do leopards. You can do whatever you want. I'm about to start my leopard study. I also have some socials if you'd like to see. Oops, I can't type. Let me try that again. Oh, my fingers are tired. Socials. If anybody wants to follow me on Insta or Blue Sky. I also have a YouTube. I'm trying to get to 500 followers there. Thanks to anyone who's followed. Mostly posting Art Gym VODs there right now, but hopefully eventually I'll be doing more like speed paints and little vlogs and maybe animatics, like animated storyboards. That's something I used to love doing in college just for fun. Like telling stories with movement is really fun for me. I have no interest in being an animator because every animator I know talks about how much burnout there is, but I love the idea of doing it for fun. So anyway, if you're interested in any of that, go follow the YouTube if you want to. Okay, let's do a quick study. When I talk about studies, oh, we have an ad starting, shoot. We'll do a study after the ads, but I'll do the basics so that if anybody wants to draw through the ads, you can. What I always say is try to find the big shapes first. So I look for the hips, the ribcage, and the skull. And I'm trying to make sure that things are like roughly proportionate before you add detail, basically. But we'll talk more about it after the ads. During the ads, all I do is stretch, so you're not missing anything. If you want to support the stream, feel free to leave the VOD or the video playing and just mute the tab or lower the volume, but you got to keep the volume at like 1 or 2, I think, for it to count. We're just gonna stretch. That's all we do during ads. So, oh shoot, I always forget which one. There we go. So yeah, we're just gonna stretch. So if you have a cheese by your name or if you have turbo, this is your friendly reminder to stretch. No, not re-shrimp. Mode shrimp. Mode shrimp, it's opposite. We're unshrimping. We're unshrimping. Puppies and dogs are best. Welcome in. Also, your name is amazing. Fantastic name. And thank you. I see that you found the Plein Air Sketch Day art gym. So if anyone wants to see me go walk around the studio and do some more plein air sketching of the mountains and the animals on the homestead where my studio is, you can vote now. But if you can hear the sound of my voice, we're gonna unshrimp ourselves. So you're basically gonna take your shrimped posture, maybe you're hunched over a book or a tablet or a phone or a laptop or something, and you're just gonna overarch your back to like overcorrect that hunch basically. So we go from the shrimp, like rolled forward shoulders, and we're gonna arch our back and like push your shoulder back together. So you're kind of trying to like pretend like you're trying to make your shoulders touch. So you're really, really pushing hard and you're holding, and you're gonna do this for about 20 seconds. So you're like flexing those muscles. You're not just like sitting with your shoulders back, you're actively pushing. That's why I have this funny pose. Ungoy agrees with your name, excellent. Hey Ungoy, how are you? Hey Paleo, good to see you. So you're pushing and holding, and do that for at least 20 seconds. I like to just watch the ad timer because there's numbers there. But if you do it for less than that, they say it's not as helpful. But really flex, try to focus on really flexing those muscles. And then after about 20 seconds, you are going to relax. So you're just gonna unarch your back basically. You're not gonna re-roll your shoulders, you're just gonna drop from this overcorrection to just relax. So it's basically taking you from this in your spine shape to this overcorrection and then relax. So it's gonna straighten you up basically. And that flexing is what strengthens those muscles to kind of like pull your shoulder blades back and like correct any shoulder roll that's causing extra hunching. If you're a side sleeper like me, you probably also have a little bit of a shoulder roll. So yeah, I like to do that one because I don't want to have, oh my gosh, because I don't want to have back pain when I'm older. We have another raid. Owen Chat Draws, hello. Welcome in, Bird Raid, Puffin Raid, Sana, hey, how are you? It's good to see you. I'd love to see any art if you can hear me. I think unfortunately you are in an ad break. I'm so sorry. We are almost out of the ads. Sorry ads. We'll be BRB. BRB. But feel free, Owen, if you can hear me, to share any art that you'd like. Please, I don't know if you can hear me. Please share art. Art link at Owen. Owen, I'd love to show off your art to folks. Please, please, if you have art tags, please share. You've survived somehow. Oh gosh, I can't wait to hear what happened in your stream. We have the sads. Yes, some of us have the sads right now. I'm so sorry. Okay, perfect. Welcome in, everybody. I'll give a welcome. We're like 15 seconds away from the end of ads, so I apologize. Thank you to anybody who sits through the ads. They do help. It's a great way to support any art streamer or any streamer if you don't have the funds for like subs or donations and stuff. Definitely keeps the lights on, keeps me able to keep food in my fridge, all that stuff. I think we're out of ads. All we do during ads, by the way, for anyone who missed it, we just stretch. We don't do anything else. So that's all you've missed. I stopped drawing for the ads. Yeah, I would love to see them. Puffin's coming up. Excellent. Thank you so much for the raid, Owen. Everybody go follow Owen if you aren't already. I'd love to see what you got up to. In the meantime, welcome in raiders. Gracie has to go. Gracie, thank you again so much for that raid. Please go do some R&R, post-stream, self-care, all that stuff. I think you did, Angoy. I mean, weren't you there? I thought you were there. You were like pleading for me. Yeah, you got, I think you did. I think you did. But anyway, welcome in raiders. We are doing something called the Art Gym. We just got started. We're talking about leopards today. For Leopard Day. It was International Leopard Day on Saturday, on the 3rd. And so we, I just don't think I've ever actually intentionally drawn a leopard, so I figured it'd be a good excuse to do that. We talked a lot at the beginning of the stream actually about the difference between leopards and jaguars and cheetahs. There's a lot of confusion. If you'd like to draw a different animal than a leopard, you can. I actually have a link to at the top of the chat to my Pinterest board where you can find all my spotted cat references. But here's the difference for anyone who doesn't know. Apparently a lot of people chat this is a pet peeve. But if you ever go to the zoo and you've seen somebody, or maybe even been that person who looks at a jaguar or a leopard and goes cheetah, just so you know, here's the difference. Other than looking drastically different when next to each other, cheetahs have single small spots all over their body, so there's no rosettes. A rosette is when the spot has this kind of flower pattern, right? So cheetahs don't have rosettes. They're literally just like Dalmatian spots. They're actually shaped like dogs too. I feel like cheetahs are extremely distinctive. They have like the big barrel chest shape. We actually just drew a little cheetah for Dally for the sub zoo. I do little sub doodles for people who sub. It's a brand new thing. I'm just now starting. So if you already had a sub before yesterday, I'm so sorry. I kind of waffled about starting it, but we did it for the stream party yesterday. But I'll be trying this out all month, and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, you can see that the whole reason I was showing you is because you can see that barrel-chested shape, right? So cheetahs I feel like look really distinctive, but jaguars and leopards a little less so. Anyway, but we're doing this thing called the Art Gym, where we basically do studies, and we call it getting the bad drawings out. That's kind of the motto. The idea is that we're all here to mutually acknowledge that we are going to struggle today. We're going to draw something that might be hard for us, that we're not used to drawing, and we're all just kind of struggling together. It's kind of like going to a workout at the gym. Sometimes that's easier to show up for the workout if you know your buddy, your workout buddy is going to be there. So it's like an accountability art session. So if anybody else is like me and you struggle to get studies in, I know for years I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start every single day now that I'm a real artist, I'm gonna be a real artist. I'm gonna like start every day with 30 minutes of warm-up studies. And I'm here to tell you that did not happen. It happened maybe 3 times in 5 years. And so I need to stream it. I need accountability. I need to know somebody's doing it with me. So thank you for anybody who's just lurking and hanging out and keeping me accountable just with your view. I really appreciate that. But for anybody who wants to draw along, we do a show and tell at the end. You don't have to draw leopards if you're not feeling that. If you'd rather do figure studies or clothing or fabric or a still life, if you have something sitting next to you and you want to draw from observation, I always encourage people to draw from real objects. That is going to make you progress faster because you can't copy as easily from, like, you really can't copy at all from real life. You can copy from copying versus studying is something we talk about a lot here. It's a lot easier to fall into that copy skill when you're looking at a two-dimensional reference, when something is already flat, right? It's already a flat image here on my screen. But if I'm looking at an actual skeleton in front of me, or a cat, or my hand, it's going to be really hard. There's implied lines here in the two-dimensional reference, right? You could like trace this. You'd have to look at the object you're looking at to find the implied line. Your brain has to do the work that the flattening of this image is doing for you. And so you're just gonna learn a lot faster. I see a link. Let's click it. Let's click this link. It's lunchtime. Oh my gosh, Owen, these are so good. You guys, if you're not following Owen Tat Draws, here is what you're missing. Owen, I feel like I haven't seen one of your streams in a while. I believe I'm following you already. I think we met during Dinovember last year, or maybe it was streaming. I'm pretty sure I follow you, but let me double check, because I don't think I've made it to a stream in a minute. Yeah, no, I do follow you. Okay, perfect. I know that you're in my Blue Sky starter pack. For anyone who is looking for a bunch of Twitch artists on Blue Sky, if you go to my Blue Sky, I do have a starter pack of Twitch art streamers. Owen is in there for sure. Owen, these are beautiful. Beautiful gestural studies of puffins. I love these. I just love the way that you... I love the way that you write like visual note-taking almost. These are fantastic. And also I like that you stuck to like 2 colors. Well done, well done. And these look traditional, which is also impressive. I don't know how you manage it. This is hilarious. Is that a puffin? That does not look like a puffin. Is this the one of those things does not belong, or is this a baby puffin? I actually don't know what a baby puffin looks like. These are fantastic. Lovely, lovely studies of some really unique birds. Again, guys, if you are not following Owen Tat Draws, it's an honorary puffin. Okay. That's a puffin. Yeah, I'm sure. If you're not following Owen Tat Draws and you like people who draw birds and animals and nature and traditional art, you are missing out if you're not following Owen as well. We've been rated by some awesome artists this morning. I'm really, really flattered. Thank you all so much for bringing your community here. Draw you your animal. Did you do a Draw Me an Animal redeem? We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I'm behind already. Thank you again so much for the raid. This is beautiful work. Thank you for sharing. And make sure everybody goes and follows Owen. Okay. I can't remember. Did I show you guys what I do? Owen's raid. I'm running on 3.5 hours of sleep right now. Did I show you guys what we do here? I'm actually having a massive brain fart right now. Do you want to see what I do? Have we done that? I can't remember. We do the art gym. I think I talked about the art gym. I didn't. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Here's what I do. I am a digital illustrator. My name is Kasey. I'm so sorry that I'm so tired and did not introduce myself. I do primarily digital illustration, although occasionally, when I'm not working on like my portfolio, like this is the portfolio piece, I'm trying to get into like, primarily right now, like book illustration, kids books, book covers, maybe graphic novels, that kind of thing. But I also do sculpting, which I think is this way in the list. But here's just some pieces from my Kidlit portfolio and my illustration portfolio. It's kind of mixed up. But this is the kind of stuff that I tend to do. And not to interrupt, but it's Taco Tuesday. You interrupted, Uncle. Anyway, if you like what you see, feel free to follow. Or if you want to check out on socials, I do have social media as well. Feel free to follow any of those. Any artist will tell you a follow on social media or a share. Oh my gosh. If you share... Did you know, chat, if you share an artist's work on social media, whether it's a retweet or a repost or a share on Instagram, you basically make our day. Or I don't know, I'm speaking for all artists, maybe presumptively, but you basically make our day. So a follow or a share or a like or anything like that on socials is super helpful. Oh, here's a graphic novel I'm sort of working on. I don't think I've linked to this. It's true. See, thank you, Owen. Owen is an artist. Owen can vouch. Bookmarking, yes. Honestly, bookmarking and sharing is more helpful than comments and likes, if you've ever wondered. Not only does it help with your reach, but it actually, for platforms that have an algorithm, it actually boosts you quite a bit. But there's Drift, if anybody wants to read Drift. It's a very old webcomic, like just be aware, I haven't worked on it in a number of years. I'm hoping to pick it up again this year and kind of revamp it. I just want to teach myself how to make a graphic novel, and this is my attempt at doing that. So, but I also do sculpting, so I'm kind of a variety streamer. I do stickers and stuff too. I actually gave away a bunch of stickers yesterday during the 3K follower celebration stream, so that was fun. And I've never given away a sculpture actually. I wonder if I should try that. That'd have to be a really special time. But yeah, this is available on Ko-fi. If anybody wants to check out or follow my Ko-fi, I'm trying to get it updated. I'm gonna put a lot of prints on there hopefully soon. I've been trying to do it for a while. I've got stickers up there now. I've got some free Vaquita emotes if anybody wants to help save the Vaquita. I do have these Vaquita emotes for free on my Ko-fi, in case anyone didn't know that. That was for Save the Vaquita Day. We did a fundraiser and I drew some emotes. So anyway, those are free. Those are on Ko-fi. And then this sculpture is on Ko-fi as well. It's a one-of-a-kind original sculpt. It's about this big. I would show you, but I'm not in my studio. Anyway, this is what I do. So thanks for coming in. Sorry for the rambles. We're gonna get started on the art gym and do that drawing animal and all that good stuff. Oh yeah, Sea Slug Dragons. I do this thing called Sea Slug Dragons, first Wednesday of the month. That'll be tomorrow. So normally I stream Monday through Wednesday at 9 a.m. To do the art gym, just to do practice and studies and stuff. And then I get into more project-based stuff in the afternoons. Actually, next week, so tomorrow, that's not always true because we're starting to do a few other like types of things on stream that I want to practice. I'm trying to find ways to like work in the things I need to work on into like stream events. So one of the ways that I'm trying to do that is we're actually doing this thing called Character Camp next week on Monday afternoon. I want to get better at character design. I feel like it's a big weakness in my portfolio. I don't really have like a stable person, like people drawing style. I really need to find a style that I want to work in consistently because I like time after time, that is the feedback I get on my portfolio is my style is all over the place. I'm still kind of experimenting a lot and I feel like a lot of my pieces don't really go together. So I'm trying to fix that. And one of the biggest areas that I really need to work on is finding a style I want to work in for not just illustration, but just drawing people in general. I don't draw a lot of people, obviously. So anyway, we're doing this thing called Character Camp, where chat can submit words, like descriptors that would describe a character. And then it's kind of like the art gym, where it's like a draw along. If anybody wants to design characters with me, chat just throws words out there. We did one last month and it was really fun. So I think I'm gonna try and do it twice a month. We're trying it out this month, see how that goes. But basically chat throws out words, I pick 3 or 4, put them on the screen, and then we design as many characters as we can within like 2 hours. And then at the end, we'll show them off. Whether you do 1 character or 5 characters, it doesn't really matter if they're scribbly or if they're finished. It's just the idea is to like all of us kind of work together to work on character design. So anyway, that's what we do here. And right now I'm just doing like a very quick skeletal study, and then I will do that drawing animal game. But hopefully I haven't rambled everybody to sleep. It's possible. I do ramble a lot here, especially when I'm tired. I'm literally unable to keep track of what I've already said, so please forgive. Please forgive. But thank you all for being here, and thanks again, Owen, for bringing your community here. Save a kid not from meat. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, Dali, if you know anybody, if you know anybody who wants to take a look, I'm trying to court agents, I think, probably this summer. That's kind of my first goal, so that I can actually, like, put my work in front of industry folks who have contacts. It turns out in illustration, it's not impossible, but it's easier to work in the industry, especially as an untried illustrator, if I have an agent. So that's kind of my goal right now. And the nice thing about illustration agents is that they don't get paid till you get paid. So it's not like I'd have to pay them. They would have to help me find work. So we'll see, but maybe. That is also, by the way, part of why I do try to keep my streams family friendly and work safe, because especially once I start, you know, putting my work out there for agents and stuff to come look at, they're gonna find links to my Twitch page. If they're in the kids book industry, I don't want to, you know, I want to make sure that they're able to see that I'm not going to be like a liability for them on social media, in other words. So that's kind of one of the main reasons I try to keep it work safe. And also my mom watches. Mom, hi, if you're watching. So thank you all for being nice. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, finish up this study. I actually made his body way too short, holy cow. What is wrong with me? This is a common issue. It's not just in beginner artists. I think any of us can fall prey to this, but like trying to fit your thing into a space instead of actually paying attention to proportion. It's definitely something that happens. Gosh, I'm tired. Let's see. Yeah, thanks for saying hi to my mom. Yeah. I think she watches most of my streams. She might have missed, it's really funny. She always tells me, like, when I stream really late, she's like, oh, I couldn't watch the whole thing, I had to go to bed, or like, oh, you're up so late. but she watches most of my streams, so I don't know if she saw the whole party stream, but she did tell me. I called her on Sunday and she was like, I'm gonna try and make your party. It was very funny. You've been drawing for yeah, no, it happens all the time. Don't worry, Sana. I promise I'll do your drumming animal. I just wanted to do at least one study before I get totally off the rails here. I'm just gonna finish this, and then I guarantee you the next thing we're gonna do is your drumming animal. Yeah, don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I'm just, you know, trying to do anything remotely related to a leopard before we get really off the rails, because that does happen sometimes. Okay, there's my little tail. So again, I'm not super focused on like detail. For me anyway, that's not the purpose of a skeletal study. For me, the purpose is checking proportion, checking like where things belong in relation to each other. Like, what's the jaw shape like? How does it look compared to the upper part of the skull? You know, how much space is between the skull and the shoulders? Like this kind of stuff, like how much space is here between the, you know, in the body cavity. That's the kind of stuff that's going to help you actually know what you're looking at when you look at a reference image. So often, especially, once again, not to beat a dead horse, but when people are looking at flat two-dimensional references, especially if you don't know the anatomy of the thing you're drawing, if you're not really sure how the parts work, it becomes really easy to copy, and you're not going to learn anything, more importantly. Like, the purpose of doing these studies is to get better at imaginative drawing. At least that's my purpose. Some of you out there may be more trying to get better at copying. You might want to get better at copying because you want to get better at hyperrealism. And that's a really important skill set if you want to draw hyperrealistically. But if your goal is to be able to draw without a reference, which I know a lot of people in chat, that is their goal, and you're at various stages of that, you've got to transition from copying mindset to studying when you're looking at references. And the main thing to ask yourself is, what is my purpose here? Like, what is actually happening in this image? What can I learn from it? So what I've been trying to remember to tell people is, after you've done like 3 or 4 studies of the same subject, maybe from different angles, then take a separate sheet and go and actually try to draw that from imagination. Think about what you learned. Where was the skull in relation to the shoulder blades? How did the muscles look? Think about it as a 3-dimensional form, and try to rotate that form around in your mind as you draw, and maybe draw sculpturally, and see if you can, you know, pose it in a way without reference. And if you struggle with that, or if there's parts of that you struggle with, like say you're really good at drawing bird faces, like you've got bird skulls down, but then when you draw the wings, you're like, it looks just like an explosion of feathers. That's a good sign to you that you need to go back and do some wing studies now, so that you can know how to put the pieces together. Like, how do the arms move? How are the wings? They look like arms, but, well, they are arms. But anyway, you know, what's feather anatomy? Like, how do feathers layer? All that stuff. Okay, there's my little TED Talk. Thank you for sitting through it. Let's go ahead and do the drawing animal. Okay. Phylosoma? I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna guess it's like some kind of, maybe like a worm? I have no idea. I'm not very good at the scientific names. No hints in chat for the drawing animal game, by the way. So basically the way drawing animal works is the person who requests it has to use channel points to do so. And, you know, I prefer the common name, but everybody wants something different out of the drawing animal. Some people just want me to draw their favorite animal, so they'll just request that. Some people are trying to trick me, trying to see if I know an animal. And then some people do the scientific name, and then I just guess, because I have no idea. So, probably Ungoy. She's more responsible than I am. So I don't know what this is. I'm assuming it is a real animal. Feel free to look it up yourself. The only rule, like I said, with the drawing animal game is that it has to be a real animal. So I'm just gonna draw what I think this is. I really don't know. This could also be like a colloquial name for it, just in another language. I'm also really terrible about knowing animals' alternative names. Like, I pretty much only know the English names for the most part. So I have no idea what this is. Phylosoma, maybe it's a bug. I'm gonna say a worm. My first impression was some kind of like a worm. I don't know why this part makes me think that, but yeah, I don't know. So I have 5 minutes to draw. I don't know what it is. It is 10:26, so I'm just gonna make a worm, I guess. Let's do like a, maybe I'll do like a, what are they called? Like a legless lizard. I don't know. Something, I feel like it's something like tubular. So let's do, it's very radical. Let's do something that looks kind of snaky. Maybe a little Just a little happy guy. I actually got danced at by a legless lizard on my birthday at the zoo one time. It was very fun. I think it was actually just feeding time for the legless lizard, but he was quite emphatic. I forget the difference. I think that they have these like lizard-shaped heads, and that's how you know it's a legless lizard and not a snake. But I actually don't know how to draw a lizard face. I need to do more reptile studies. See, now it just looks like a snake. It's supposed to be a lizard. Maybe if I think of it as like a salamander, maybe I'll get it? I don't know. If you boop the snoot and it doesn't bite you. Well, lizards can bite too, can't they? It depends. Wait, hold on. Do legless lizards not bite? I actually didn't know that. We're just, you know what, we're just gonna pretend this is what a lizard face looks like. I know it looks like a snake. I'm trying to make it look like a lizard. It's not working. I don't actually know how to make them look different in like a quick sketch format, so I'm gonna do a legless lizard, and I feel like they're usually pretty pink. They're not very ornate, but I might decorate mine just because it's fun. There we go. Totally tubular, yeah. The only consistent trait legless lizards lump together with what you can see without looking at the skeleton is the eyelids. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Maybe I'll give them eyelashes. Alright, I feel like the legless lizard I saw was like a pale kind of cream color. I'm trying to remember. It's like a pinkish cream? Maybe it was more brown. Maybe it was actually more brown on top and cream underneath. I don't remember. It was something like this. Maybe it did have a little brown. I'm gonna put a little brown. We'll do a little, like, maybe we'll do like some brown striping or something on the back just for fun. I don't really know much about, I'm pretty sure this is not what this is. I'm just guessing because I really don't know. Do like some like brown stripy thing. There we go. Oh yeah, they don't have the hinged jaw, that's true. That's a snake thing. Just pretend I drew the tail in a way that looks realistic, because I certainly just didn't finish. I don't know what else to draw here. Let's see. I have no idea what a phylosoma is. Watch it be like a bird. Oops, hold on guys, I have to sneeze. Sorry, I had to go get a Kleenex. I was like, this might be a Kleenex type sneeze. Are you saying it's unhinged? Uh-oh, we got a cheesy joke in chat. You know what we do for that? If anyone has cheese emotes, feel free to hurl them. Hurl the cheese. We love cheese around here. I'm not offended, we just like throwing cheese. Okay, that's my guess. Oh no, you're good. I'm just teasing. Where's my cheese? I need to throw some cheese at you. Cheese! Oh no. Is this gonna be an animal I don't want to see on stream? Okay, we're gonna look it up. We're gonna look it up. It was a good cheesy joke, it was. Okay. Sona, what did you request? Oh! I got it super wrong. This is interesting. Okay, so I will say possible trigger warning. It's a little spidery looking. It's not a spider, but it looks really cool, I think. But it is a little creepy. So just, you know, fair warning if you're not a fan of spidery looking things, just feel free to look away. I will say I got this totally wrong. There's 0% of what I drew that is this. This is a really interesting creature. Okay, so fair warning, it may look like a spider. If you don't want to see a spider, just avert your eyes or maybe mute the tab and walk away for a minute. But it looks like a phylosoma is the larval stage of a spiny and slipper lobster. And I'm going to show you on screen. Again, not a spider, but looks kind of wild. So don't look if you don't like spiders. That's as many warnings as I know how to give. Okay. There we go. Look at this thing. I mean, if you want to, look at this thing. Very interesting. I did not know anything about this. This looks really cool, though. Look at his little eyeballs. Yes, it's an arachnomorph. Yes, indeed. Hey, germs. It looks like a mistake. Did you know, chat, there's not a single way you could split snakes and lizards that wouldn't incorrectly include or exclude members. They are pretty close, aren't they? This is fascinating, Sana. I've never heard of this before. So it's the larval stage of a spiny and a slipper lobster. Oh, that's a freaking cute lobster. Hold on. Did you guys see? Look what this turns into. It evolves, quote unquote, like a Pokemon. Not really. It's actually ontogeny. Don't come at me, scientists. But it turns into this. It's actually kind of a cute lobster. I've never seen that before. It's got like big old chompers or something. I don't know what those are. It's got little face flaps, but like in a cute way. And the spiny lobster, I think I have seen these before. They look like shrimp. This one's really pretty. Holy cow, look at those colors. I'm gonna pin that for sure. That's gotta get pinned. I don't know if I have I think I have a crustacean board. In my arthropod section, crustacean, heck yeah. That's really interesting. Phylosoma. Again, sorry for the slightly spidery looking thing, but it's not a spider. That's interesting. Has long planktonic life, interesting, before metamorphizing into the Perulus stage, which is the transitional stage from planktonic to a benthic existence. I don't know what that is. Here's another one. I didn't even know they did this. Despite the importance of larval survival to predict recruitment, don't know what that means, I presume survival something, not much is known about the biology of Phylosoma larvae. Interesting. In many cases, even natural diet is still unclear. Oh, so it's kind of a mystery animal. Like, we know what it looks like, but we don't know much about what it's doing. Even though the adult morphology just means the way it looks physically, is well described, studies on the planktonic Phylosoma phase have been comparatively neglected given its long duration. Interesting. Which makes it difficult to rear them in the laboratory. Oh, because they live for a long time. Wait, what, really? I feel like I'm not getting enough information from this. Despite the relatively large size of these larvae and their immediate recognition in plankton sorting, important identification problems due to the lack of detailed and specific morphological descriptions have precluded scientific determination or specific determination in many samples. Recent efforts to identify Phylosoma larvae using molecular techniques have provided further insight. Well, it sounds like we just don't know much about this stage of this animal's life, but if you want to learn more about it, I think this is pretty interesting. Again, I apologize that it looks a little spidery. It's not a spider, it is the larval stage of a lobster, of a specific type of lobster. They're really cool looking. Are they translucent, or is it just me? I think that's really cool. I'm gonna save this too. I think that's really, really cool. I literally had no idea. I guess I've never thought about what a baby lobster looks like. But yeah, I guess it's this. That's really fascinating. Sana, that was a really interesting one. Thank you so much for introducing me to this really interesting creature. I don't know if you're still here. Sorry it took me so long to get to your drawing animal. But that's super, super cool. I don't know if I linked this to anybody. Here, this page might actually be a little more... Well, maybe not. It doesn't look like it's any more informative than Wikipedia. So here is the Wikipedia. Oh, I already linked it. See, I can't keep my thoughts straight today. But yeah, that is the larval stage of these lobsters. Okay. Well, I got that wrong completely. So just big old fat 0 on that one for the drawing animal. But that's the drawing animal game. So that's how it works. It can be redeemed once every half hour. You want to be translucent? That would be kind of cool. Definitely. Let's see. Did I miss anything? You accidentally typed in Discord, it happens. It looks like it's made of hatred. Dally, we had really different reactions to that animal. I'm so sorry if it bothers you. Do you guys remember the first time you saw a broken off lizard tail? No, I've never seen that. I've heard of it. Wonder if it has a type of zooplankton. So I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like it gets caught up a lot with zooplankton. I really don't know. Is it the ghost of shrimp's past? Yeah, it kind of looks like a ghost shrimp, exactly. I actually think it's pretty cool, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like someone went, oops, all legs. Yeah, that's true. Oh my gosh. Well, you don't have to, it's not on the screen anymore, so hopefully nobody was too bothered by it. So if anybody was avoiding looking at the screen for possible spider fear, you can look back again. Sorry if we ran you off. But thank you so much for that, Sana. It was really cool. It doesn't bother you, but it does look like it's made of all things evil. It's definitely not what I expected. Okay, I'm gonna do another. It's not a spooter, but sometimes when you have phobias about things, even if it's not technically that thing, if it looks close to it, it can kind of weird you out. So that's why I wanted to give a warning. Just in case, you know, just in case anybody needed that. Hopefully nobody got triggered. Okay, let's get back into drawing some leopards. There's definitely a lot of cheetahs in this folder. In fact, I don't even know if I see any other leopards. Is this a leopard? I can't tell. I think this is a leopard. It does not appear to have specks inside of its little rosettes. I'm gonna say this is a leopard. So here we go. Let's actually do a little study here. So now that I've done a skeletal study, I am going to do an actual drawing, or at least attempt to. But again, if anyone's having trouble telling the difference, the easiest way when you don't have them side by side, like it says, there's a round, large head, very broad face on a jaguar, very much narrower muzzle on the leopard, but frankly, I would find that hard to tell from like the profile, or like at a distance. You know, if they're not standing right next to each other, they are a little harder to tell apart. But the rosettes are a giveaway. So there are no dots inside of, these are regular rosettes. And they also, if you look at the edges of the rosettes, they tend to overlap with each other, right? So it's almost like dots that merge together to make little C shapes, right? Or like little U shapes or something that look like flowers. If you look at the edges of the rosettes on the jaguar, they tend to have some separation. So like here's a spot all by itself, like these two aren't connected. They look like they're exploding. And there's like a little dot inside of almost all the big ones, right? So I don't see any little dots here at all in the big ones. So I'm gonna say that is a leopard. That's gonna be the easiest way to tell them apart that I know of. So, Kasey, what do you mean you can't tell? I can't tell. Oh, you mean about the leopards and jaguars? I mean, listen, it's not easy for me. Just because I like animals. I mean, like I said, unless they're right next to each other, it's kind of hard to tell. I can always remember that one of the rosettes has a dot and one doesn't. I just, you know, I don't look at them often enough to remember. But hey, you know, after today's study, maybe it'll be more like, you know, beaten into my skull. You're taking a big picture of a spider to show your kid. You put your hand down for reference, and it touched your finger with its foot. Oh, and you didn't freak out. That's not the direction I thought that story was going, Germs. A tiny spider fist bump caught on camera. That's amazing. I'm glad you embraced the spider fist bump. I think most people would have freaked out. You feel like a jaguar is a tank version of a leopard. Yes. Yeah. They are much broader. You've always wanted a puma. Pumas are scary. Puma, mountain lion, whatever you want to call them, cougar, they're all over the place here in Colorado. And I think I've seen one before, actually, when I was out hiking by myself. Thankfully, it walked the other direction. I only saw its back end, but I can't think of anything else it could have been, other than maybe it might have been a young mountain lion. But, I definitely saw the back end of I know what a feline anatomy looks like, and it had a very long tail. It was too long to be a bobcat. It was almost like it was injured. Because it didn't have the like black tuft. It was almost like the end of the tail had been like cut off or something, or like maybe it got caught in a trap or a fight, maybe got injured somehow. But it was like slightly shorter than it should have been, but it was definitely at least like 2 feet long. So I was very glad it was not interested in me, because I was not equipped to defend myself in the slightest. We'll just leave it at that. You can have one in Russia? Really? I would not recommend owning any wild animal, but especially a wild cat. Oh my gosh, especially not a large wild cat. The other day at work, you were so excited to try and catch a jumping spider that, you kid you not, you took a whole riser of hot sauce bottles. Did they break or did they just fall? Sloppy, my goodness. You can have him wherever it's rule. The first pet puma I saw was on America's Funniest Videos. Is that still true, Envoy? I know there used to be a lot more lax exotic animal laws in the 80s and 90s, but I thought a lot of states had reversed those rules, except for Florida. I feel like Florida's like, nah, do whatever you want. which is not my favorite when it comes to animals and their welfare, but interesting. I'll have to look into that. I did not know you could just own them in the rural areas. That seems irresponsible. I wouldn't recommend. Wouldn't recommend, Ungoy. Also, you seem to like, as you say, the Sun Belt too much to actually go somewhere where you could own one, so I imagine unless that changes for you, Puma ownership is not in your future. Okay, we finally are doing a study, guys, from a reference. Holy cow. We made it to the actual drawing part of the stream. We're only at the end of stream, it's fine. Guys, we got so rambly today, I'm so sorry. Yes, Florida is basically like, woo, in the fire. Yep, pretty much. One casually splattered on your new shoes. Oh no. Oh no. Also, I'm so sorry. I've been terrible about shoutouts today, but guys, there's been a ton of cool artists in the chat. You should all be following if you aren't already. I'll try to get to those in a minute. I saw Beat Easel, I saw Dally, I saw Chris Wright, I saw I think I saw Rue, and of course of Maze. Like half my mods are artists here on Twitch. Clay, I don't remember if you stream. Clay is an awesome sculptor. Big fan of Clay's work. There's just so many cool people. Make sure you guys just everybody follow everybody. That's the safest bet, honestly. Just follow everybody. That way you don't miss out. I think I saw Zushi Cat in here earlier. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm like half awake right now. So I'm not very good at the streaming thing today. I'm so sorry. Oh, I haven't drank my tea at all. Is my tea even still warm? I'm gonna nap so hard after the stream. Delicious. Okay. Did I mention I've had 3 hours of sleep? If not, I can mention it again. Just, you know, just so you guys know. I'm so tired. Florida excels in invasive species. Oh my gosh, yes. And to be fair, in some instances, it's not totally like... It's not Florida's fault that it's just a perfect habitat for so many animals. I mean, a tropical space that has really good rainy season, like anywhere you have abundant plant life, you're gonna have abundant animal life too. And unfortunately, that means that the few irresponsible people, because I know everybody likes to joke about Florida, but like, I know there's people who live in Florida that are responsible, that do care about their animals, but it's the few people that don't care or think that it doesn't impact anything or just don't think about it, who like release their pet whatever, or like dump their fish in a lake, or... I mean, did you guys know there's like a huge... I mean, probably most of you know this, actually, because this is my chat and you guys hear me talk about animals all the time, and most of you, if you're here, you're probably kind of into animals and wildlife, but most of you probably know that there's a huge lionfish, invasive lionfish population in Florida, but it's actually kind of interesting because there's a ton of local divers in Florida who have actually band together to... to actually go lionfish hunting, and it's become like it's fine to hunt them because they're invasive, and they'll just go and they actually cook them like it's like a little delicacy, and they're actually making a difference, which, you know, I know nobody redeemed the positive news, but I'm gonna share some positive news, you guys. Lionfish are being taken care of in Florida, and it's the populations are drastically dropping because of the efforts of local divers and local efforts to like get rid of those so that they're not competing with all of the fish that live there that did not evolve to compete with them, which is pretty cool. But yeah, Florida is just like a prime location for so many animals. So I mean, you always hear about like, have you guys heard about like, what do they call it? Like lizard fall? Like when Florida gets its 1 yearly like cold snap, they like all these lizards, all these invasive lizards drop out of the trees. Maybe not always invasive ones either, but there's so many like released pet iguanas that have established a population there. There's monkeys. Like, people have just been really irresponsible with animals and you know, unfortunately or fortunately, it's a really good habitat for most animals to live in. The iguanas fall out of the trees. Yeah. They have lionfish parties. I haven't heard of that. That's funny. Bodies of water around Walmarts in Florida are known to have a bunch of throwaway stock. What does that mean, throwaway stock? You mean they actually, like, if they have live fish in Walmarts in Florida? Wow. And they just throw them into the ponds? See, that's just... it's very irresponsible. Let's see. Here's another fun fact. Oops, hold on. In wildlife reserves with multiple leopards, the leopards can be ID'd by their spot pattern. So the Sabi Sands male leopard, named Hukumari, was a 3-3 male. What's that mean? 3-3 male. And the numbers corresponded with the numbers of spots on the top row of whisker dots. Oh, you mean these right here? So like this one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots on its top row of whisker dots. I have heard that like anything spotted, it is like a thumbprint, but like, man, it's so hard for my eyes to like see the differences quickly at a glance. Unless they have like a really distinctive, like, I know sometimes you get like these big banded markings on leopards and jaguars, but like this band I think I would have an easier time with. Or like if they had unique tail markings, or if it's like a king cheetah. You could have seen a king cheetah before. They used to think king cheetahs were a separate species, but now they recognize it's just like a color morph. It's just a variation that cheetahs can have. They tend to have like fuzzier backs too, I think. But yeah, I think I would struggle with just like dots. Like if I'm close enough to be counting the whisker dots on you, I'm probably too close. Yeah. You were in Aruba and an iguana fell on you and it hurt? Oh no! I bet. They're sturdy little animals. They came from old Tarzan shows. Oh, wait, Isel, you're saying that wait. Am I understanding this right? You're saying that the iguana problems in Florida actually started with like the old Tarzan shows? Just like old Hollywood releasing stuff when they were done? Oh my gosh, the past. We have giant mono lizards and walking catfish. Neil, are you in Florida? I mean, you don't have to answer that if you don't want to. If anyone lives in Florida, tell me about all the weirdest animals you've seen in the wild out there. Because I bet you've seen a lot. There's a monkey population down there. Yeah, there is. Yeah. Yeah, big old whiptail. You were bent over, so it hit your back. Oh, I bet. Jeez. I wonder why it fell out of the tree. I thought they only did that when they got too cold and like couldn't move anymore. So this guy is obviously stretching, right? So his shoulders are very far forward and his neck is kind of pulled in. So if I were to go on top of this image and like draw the skull that I see up there, this is another thing you can do to help practice. See if you can figure out where stuff is. I'm gonna say because he's stretching, he's got his head pulled back, his shoulders pulled forward, and that's what's making all these fun shapes that you see, right? So I can almost see that shoulder blade. And I can find the elbow, I can find the wrist, I can find all those pieces by lining it up and kind of checking my anatomy and thinking about what I'm looking at. So remember, you know, when you're doing these studies, you're not just trying to copy the lines. Again, if you're in that copy mindset, try really hard to break that if you can. And think about what you're actually drawing. Like, what kind of, don't just draw what you think the face looks like. You see this a lot. And it's like, that's not really the shape here. You know, like if I were to trace that, this is the shape I would see, right? It doesn't look like that. That looks like a mushroom or a cupcake that fell over. And the reason it looks like that is because there isn't like a divot between the nose and the eye. It's actually like pretty rounded right there. There's not really like a huge drop off until you get closer to the nose. So things like that are things that are important to think about. It was just too fat and the tree broke. Ooh, you got smacked by a fat iguana. Yikes. Used to go out on the river at night and shine a flashlight around all the eyes. What kind of eyes? Like alligator eyes? Frog eyes? What kind of eyes, Smugsy? Inquiring minds must know. You seen this weird slug-looking thing that looked like it was morphed with a beetle. What? It was morphed with a beetle and it was like half in the ground trying to go back under because you moved the rock it was hiding under. How big was it, Dracon? Brother is a gun guy that used to live in Florida. He did not like having to move back to California, I'm sure. Yeah. Let's see. There are several groups of monkeys. At least one group is from labs. Oh, interesting. And the other is from old Tarzan sets. Other escaped release pets and some from old roadside attractions. Jeez. Oh my gosh, Pioneer! Hey Pioneer, thank you so much. Seriously, for that tier 1 sub. Thank you for the 8 months of subs. Holy cow. Pioneer, before you run off, we are starting a new thing. I'm trying it out this month. We'll see how it goes. But anybody who subs for the rest of May can request to be drawn as an animal and be a part of my zoo. Do you want to be in the zoo? If you want to be in the zoo, feel free to let me know what animal I should draw you as. There's me. There's me, Kasey the zookeeper. That's what zookeepers look like, guys. They have a lot of khaki. Just pretend it's colored and it's khaki. But the zoo can have any kind of animal. It doesn't have to be a real animal. It's not necessarily like a character. Like I don't like, not character animals, but just like pick like a type of animal. You could say like dragon or an otter would be my guess for you, but I could be wrong. Let me know if you have an animal you would like to be. And anybody who does sub, if you already have a sub and you want to add to it, you can also, like, if you gift a sub, I can like add something. Like I can put a top hat on your animal, or I can, like, I don't know, do something fun to it, put dragon wings on it. Ryu wanted me to add fire to her wolf, for example. Anyway, we're just kind of experimenting with this month, but let me know if you would like to be an animal, and if so, what animal you would like to be, and I'll put you in my zoo. Our zoo has everything you can think of, including a dragon, and a Kirin, and an orca, and there's a shrimp also. So any kind of animal, real or imagined, is fine. And I will do like a little simplified version of it. He's just retired military, yeah. I mean, a lot of gun people are, for sure. It was a little bigger than a potato bug. Wait, what's a potato bug? Now you got me curious about what this mystery animal is. By the way, if anybody is drawing along... Wait, what's happening? Oh my gosh! You didn't have to gift a sub. Okay, so now that you've gifted a sub, so let me think how this works. So you want to be a spotted skunk. Okay, I will draw a spotted skunk in the zoo. Would you like me to add something to your spotted skunk? Or would you like me, since you also gifted a sub, would you like to give away your sub doodle to someone else in the chat? Either way, you can either gift it or you can have me add something to your spotted skunk. Let me know. I'm gonna doodle a spotted skunk really fast. Let's see. Make sure I draw it correctly, because I drew it wrong last time. Let's see. You would like to add, be it easel. Well, if you gift the sketch, then they get to pick the animal. But I'm sure Easel, I know people call you Weasel, so would you like a subdoodle? And would you like to be a weasel? You would. Okay, there we go. So I'll draw a spotted skunk and a weasel. Thank you for gifting that subdoodle to Easel. Easel, you're gonna be in the zoo. You're gonna be in the zoo. I might need more room. Okay, let's draw a little spotted skunk. It's just gonna be just a little guy. Remember, these are, oops, not purple. Oh no, that's okay, Pioneer. This is me trying to figure out how to do this anyway. So thank you for helping me figure out what I need to clarify. I guess some people probably wouldn't mind if you picked for them, probably. Some people are like, I don't know. Okay, spotted skunk, here you are. Just a little guy. It's kind of hard because, like, this program draws slightly differently than Clip Studio, which is what I drew this in initially. So you thought this interview was a recruiter screener. It's just a full round one. Okay, good luck. You've got this, Dally. You've got this. When is your interview? Is it this afternoon? – 2 p.m. Okay. All right. You're gonna do great. I believe in you. You're gonna nail it. Oh, thank you for that hydrate skull. I appreciate that. A pill bug. Oh! But it looked like a snail and a beetle. Interesting. Yeah, no, thank you so much for being here and for being a fan. I'm gonna write your name on top. I hope that's okay. It seems like it fits better, so we're gonna go 3 Pioneer. And there's your little spotted skunk. Just a little guy. Just a little guy. Spotted skunks are funny because they actually have like long stripes. It looks like to me anyway. So I'm just gonna draw like a simplified version of these big white spots, I guess. It's not super accurate, I apologize, but okay, there we go. And then we're gonna do a weasel for easel. We're gonna put you right over here too, Isol. Yeah, they're just little silly doodles. I hope that they're fun. Does a weasel cartwheel? I should have drawn it doing a cartwheel. It's at the end of the cartwheel, for sure. Oh my goodness, hold on. I was trying to make it look a little bit more like a mink, but I just need to do better. Okay. I think this is kind of what a weasel looks like. It kind of looks like a stretchy fox, but simplified weasel. This feels mostly accurate. And it's gonna be at easel. There we go. Well, there you are. You're both in the sub-zoo now. Congratulations. Excellent additions to the zoo. What a great zoo. Wouldn't you want to come to this zoo? I would want to come to this zoo. I already do come to this zoo, and it's fantastic. Hey, Cup of Joe, how are you? Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Cup of Joe is another artist you guys should be following, by the way. Sorry, I am not good at the things today. And Isol, I did see your DM though. I haven't responded yet, but I did see it. Thank you for replying. We will figure it out. You guys, potentially I am doing a co-stream here since we're talking about it. Potentially doing a co-stream with with Isol and actually with Joe too, potentially. Isol and I might be doing one at the end of this month with Claire. Cup of Joe, thank you for that. Thank you. I'm glad you guys liked the sub-zoo. I wasn't really sure if it would be a fun idea or not, but it's just like a little way for me to thank you guys for the support. What animal would you like to be, Cup of Joe? You can pick any animal, real or imagined. I'll just do like a simplified little doodle. And then if anybody, just for clarity, if anybody already has themselves on here, but you want me to add something to it, like wings or like Ryu did fire, if you gift another sub, you can either have something added to your animal, or you can gift that sub doodle to someone else to choose an animal. Is it going to be a left-hand stream? Oh gosh, it's going to be oil painting with Isol, and I'm already bad enough at oil painting. So, what animal do you see? You're gonna make me pick? Cup of Joe, I don't know. Let's see. What animal do I mean, I like all animals, so. Do you have a favorite animal, or do you really just want me to pick an animal? I mean, you draw. I feel like every other stream I'm on with you. You're either drawing, what is happening? You're either drawing a, oh my gosh, we hit our follower goal. Oh, thank you, Ragaz, for helping us do that. You've had people tell you have golden retriever energy. No, it's not a bad thing. You definitely have like I was trying to think of like a hyper loud animal that is super likable. Joe is fantastic also, guys, if you aren't following Cup of Joe as well. You should also be doing that. Puzzle complete. We don't have a puzzle, Rago. We don't have a puzzle. You like turtles, otters, and pigs. I love all of those animals. Shoot, I was gonna actually say, because most of the time when I come into your stream, I feel like the last few times you've either been drawing a chocobo or a hedgehog. So I was gonna say either a chicken or a hedgehog. But I mean, turtles are great. Otters are great. We don't have an otter yet, or a pig. I like all of these, honestly. Do you want to be a warthog? Warthogs are really cool. They're like rugged pigs. Give me a tapir. Tapirs are cool too. You guys should also. Oh, you speak Spanish. Awesome. I'm so sorry. I no habla español. I'm so sorry. But warthog me up. Okay. While I'm doing that, make sure you guys are following Cup of Joe as well. Cup of Joe and I have also been in some exciting talks. Nothing to announce yet, but hopefully at some point we'll be able to wrangle up some kind of a cross-community stream. Let's do Cup of Joe as a warthog, and thank you so much again, Ragaz. Thank you so much for helping me hit that follower goal. I am officially no longer lying to everybody. I have officially hit 3,100 followers. Twitch has been lying to you all for the past however many weeks because I did not actually have that many, but it said I did. You got some folks that are like, I want to draw you a persona, and I told them I'd basically just be Bebop from Excellent, excellent. A person of culture who appreciates the big... Yeah, wild boars are really cool also. Wild boars are cool. Let's do a warthog. Let's put you over by Rushwing. Got some more room over here. I'm gonna draw you a little warthog. Cup of Joe warthog right here. It may... I'm not gonna lie. It may look kind of like Pumbaa from Lion King, because I drew a lot of Lion King fan art when I was younger, so... just, you know, fair warning. I'm gonna try not to make it look like Pumbaa, but... let's see. You try and make next stream to hear the story time? Wait, what story time? What story time did I miss? I want to hear story time. You have Pumbaa yeah, a little bit. Oh, sorry, Automod got you, but you're good. Yeah, I could see that. The loud, the, very, very agreeable. Actually, the more you're saying that, yeah. Pumbaa is quite the agreeable little guy. You do a lot of, we'll say, body humor on your stream too. Very good time at Cup of Joe's though, if you guys aren't following Joe. Easel, did I miss story time with you? Did you have a story time that you were sharing? I'm trying really hard not to make it look like Pumbaa, because they don't actually have those big, like, jowls that they drew Pumbaa with, so we're just gonna do a little warthog guy. Just a little guy. Oh, I should get. Oh, and they have pompadours. Oh, it's perfect for you actually, because yeah. Let me emphasize the pompadour just slightly. They do have a lot of a mane going on. This actually might be your perfect animal. We may have solved this problem, Cup of Joe. But Cup of Joe, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in, and thanks again for the sub. Again, these are just silly little doodles, but I'm glad you guys like them. I'm just trying them out for this month, and we'll see how everybody likes it. But yeah. Maybe I'll do a different theme each time, like maybe, I don't know. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I have a hard time with committing to stream events. We're gonna take it one month at a time. But we started this for yesterday's stream party, and yeah, got a lot of people. So thank you again, everybody. I hope it's fun. I just hope to have fun with you guys. That's all. Okay, there is Cup of Joe. Cup Joe. Sorry, my handwriting is so bad. Love to see more silly doodles. Yeah, I probably don't do enough like silly streams. It's probably good for me to sometimes just not have something that has a complete purpose for my career. But you know, I only have so much time in the week. I gotta grind. Ugh. Maybe not as much today. I'm so tired. Okay, and again, for anybody who missed the announcement, if you did get a giveaway yesterday during the party stream, just make sure you sent me your address and double check that it's correct, because I will be probably addressing those envelopes today. I think I got addresses from everybody, but just double check yours if you sent it to make sure that it is correct, and correct it, please, if it's not. All right, there we go. There's my zoo. You guys, look, our zoo is growing. Look at our zoo. If you haven't seen it yet, there's me as a zookeeper. That's what zookeepers look like, for sure. I wanted to be a zookeeper when I was a kid. I'm sure that surprises absolutely nobody in this chat, but here we are. Okay, where's the stretch? Oh, are we in an ad break? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're in an ad break. I'm so sorry. Did we miss the jar? Wait, what jar? Did you redeem a jar? Did I mention I've had 3 hours of sleep? Have I said that enough today? I don't know what's happening. Hold on. I don't even know where my mod view is. It's so hard with just one monitor. Okay, well, I missed a hydrate. We're supposed to be stretching. Guys, if you have a sub, if you have a turbo and you can hear me right now, this is your friendly reminder to stretch. We're gonna stretch together. Let me hydrate. Let me get through my redeems here. We got hydrate. Gratitude jar. I will do that after the ads so that everybody can appreciate that. Don't let me forget, Pioneer. I forgot yesterday. Posture check. Oh, we're gonna do a posture check right now. We can't finish the puzzle, unfortunately, Ragos. We're not doing a puzzle right now. And a stretch. Let's do our stretch. Okay. So if you can hear the sound of my voice, the one I like to start with is to unshrimp. So take your back and you're going to arch your back, like overcorrect your hunch. So on Twitch they call it shrimping, right? Because you have like a hunchback like a shrimp. You're just gonna overarch and kind of correct that posture, and also try and engage your neck a little bit, like push your neck back slightly. I don't know if you guys have probably heard of tech neck, but it's definitely a a modern technology related injury, and like a posture injury. So yeah, if you want to prevent having like kind of a hunch buildup what ends up happening is you get like a little bit of a bump there to protect your neck from being overstretched. Kind of push it backwards as you do this, and it can kind of correct it a little bit, or prevent it if you haven't got one yet. I'm mostly trying to correct my posture because I don't want to have back pain when I'm older. So just arch your back, overarch and overcorrect, and just push your shoulder blades together. So you're going to kind of like roll your shoulder blades back and hold together. Try to pretend like you are kind of like pinching a walnut between your shoulder blades or something. And this is going to strengthen those muscles, and you're going to hold it for about 20 seconds. If you go longer than that, that's fine, but try to go for at least 20 seconds, and you're just really arching and really pushing at the same time, and then relax. And after you relax, what you've basically done is you've hunched, you've arched, and then you've relaxed. And so it's going to kind of straighten you up. See how, I mean, you can see it in your hand, right? So if you start like this, but you overcorrect and then do that, it's basically what you're doing with your back. And if you do that every time you notice that you're hunching, I do it when I'm walking. Like if I notice my shoulders are rolling, I'll literally just do that. I do it when I'm driving, I do it when I'm like sitting and working. I try to do it as often as I can. And I really have noticed a difference. So I just want to encourage anybody, if you can hear the sound of my voice, try a little posture stretch, do a little carpal tunnel stretch, do some wrist rotations. Just take a break once an hour when you're working or gaming or texting or scrolling on your phone. Try not to keep your hands in the same positions or your back with your shoulders too far forward, because it just causes injuries over time. I think we're about out of ads. Oh, hey Bots, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. Bots is another great artist you guys should be following. Does really cool animations and stuff. Why do I only have one monitor? So I'm just at my studio. So I've got my monitor, and then I have my Huey on. And I think actually I missed a question in chat. Somebody asked me what I'm using. I think it was, if you're still here, I'm so sorry. Welcome in, Glav. Glavorezo? Is that how you say it? I'm so sorry that I missed your question earlier. I got a little distracted. But if you're still here, I am using a Huion. I actually have a specs command now. If anybody wants to know what I'm using, the one for my living room setup, my home setup, is not super accurate yet. I'm still working on that. But the one for my studio is accurate. But I'm using a Huion Campus. I think it's a Campus 16. It's not bad. It's my backup tablet. This is kind of my backup station. I couldn't make it to the studio this morning. I was too tired. I got 3 hours of sleep, and I woke up right before stream. I literally woke up 10 minutes before stream started. So I've been waking up here on screen. But yeah, I'm at my studio, Joe, so I just only have one monitor here. And I'm very spoiled at the studio because I have 2 monitors and my Cintiq monitor at the studio. So it's much easier to stream and like have things on certain windows, and it's just so much nicer. But I'm starting to wonder if the multiple screen thing is why I'm having some crash issues still that I didn't know I was still having until, of course, the no crash celebration stream yesterday. Oh, the irony. I called it though. It was totally, I felt like it was gonna happen. A lot of people are like, oh, you're jinxing it, maybe, but I also just know my luck, and this is just how it goes. Could you get a second monitor for your studio? For this setup, I could not. My desk is this wide. It's like basically 3 feet wide. And I've got my Huion and my monitor, and that basically takes up the whole desk. So unfortunately here, I'm probably not gonna be able to get anything bigger. Because this is also in my living room and I have a roommate. If I was able to afford this place by myself, I'd just have a studio in one of the rooms and it wouldn't be a problem, but yeah, it's not my financial situation, unfortunately. Would love that to be the situation one day. Let's just put it this way, I will need a much bigger sub-zoo to be able to afford to rent anything by myself. Unless I live in the middle of nowhere in the country, and then I could probably afford something for like $300 a month, but I don't know if I'm ready to go there yet. I do like the idea of living within a 40 hour drive of a hospital, at least. Oh no. OBS did that thing. Has anyone else had this problem with OBS where it's it blacks out parts of it and it feels like it's about to crash? Does anybody know what that means? Because that's actually what came right before the crash yesterday. Was there was black screens, but they didn't come back. It happens here a lot lately, and I kind of think it's a resource issue. But it always makes me worried that it's about to crash. Except for here, on my ancient 10-year-old computer, it never crashes. My brand freaking new, twice as expensive PC that I just built a year ago, it crashes all the time. Well, it used to crash all the time. It hasn't crashed in a month until yesterday. GPU might be overworked. Yeah, maybe. I kind of thought it was a GPU, and with this one it makes sense. With that one, if you look at my specs thingy, it does not make sense that that GPU is having problems. That GPU is heckin' expensive and top of the line. Like I'm like, maybe I could get a second graphics card, but there's like no way. I was, part of me wonders if it's like, is it because I have 3 monitors? Like, maybe they aren't super like compatible with each other. Like one of the monitors is a little bit older, but I wouldn't think that that would cause a problem, right? Does anyone know anything about monitors and causing issues? I need to do so much research. The only thing I can think of is that potentially having 3 monitors while streaming and having applications open. But the whole reason I built that PC and spent so much money on everything was so that it could handle that. The more monitors you have, more strain, but my GPU is really, yes, just RMA the card. What is RMA the card? What does that mean? My PC, yeah, I built it in December of 2024. So it's just over a year old. If you have, send her back. Can you do that after the year is expired though? Yeah, I thought I might just replace the GPU and see if I just got a lemon, you know, just see if something's wrong with the one that I've got. Use your warranty to have it fixed or replace it. Oh. Yeah, maybe I'll contact them, because I started having the issue about 3 months into owning the PC. And I thought maybe I just set it up wrong, so I spent a while trying to troubleshoot stuff. But you have a 4080 and have 3 4K monitors. Yeah, see, I don't have, I have the 40, but I don't have, I have one 4K monitor, and the other 2 are, actually I don't even know if my other monitor is 4K. The Cintiq is over 10 years old. So the Cintiq is really old. It's very low, honestly kind of low res. And the other monitor is extremely old. I don't even think it can, I don't even think it's like 60 FPS. What GP models? It's this. Here, you guys can look at it and tell me what I need to fix. Here's my specs. It's the top link is how you can see my setup at the studio. Yeah, please let me know what is wrong. Oh, that's okay. No, it's okay. I should have it memorized, I just don't. And I built it so long ago, I just don't have any of that on the top of my head. Main monitor is the 1080, but it's got like 5,000 pixels. I don't remember. I just remember I got a decent monitor. It wasn't like the top of the line monitor at the time. I don't remember. I should probably just look at the specs link, but I want to draw this Jaguar, dang it. I've been sitting here all stream and I've drawn 1.5 studies. So I don't know who predicted that I'd only draw 2, but that may be all I get to today. If you predicted it was going to be 2, you might be pleasantly surprised. I don't know rate on GPUs. Wish I had a bigger desk, but to be honest, yeah. I would probably just get more monitors, but I would think that that GPU should be able, like I specifically got it so that it could handle multiple monitors. Like I think it's supposed to be able to handle up to 6, like decent monitors. Oh gosh, Tally, you're fine. You have nothing to worry about. AMD has some issues. Do you update your yes, all the graphics drivers are updated and the chipset. For the GPU to be struggling with the resources you're using to stream and draw would be a pretty dinky one. It's not dinky. It was like the best one they had. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I'll just reach out to AMD and be like, look, here's what's happening. Do you guys know what's happening? It's been happening since the 3-month mark. I've tried everything. I'm just worried because I don't know if they have past a 1-year warranty, so I may just have to buy a new one, which will be super disappointing. So I may have to do a fundraiser because they're kind of expensive, but you just upgraded your computer, so now it's like juicy and fast. Yeah, mine was for the first 3 months. It was perfect, and then it started struggling. And it only happens when I'm streaming, so that's why I think it's I'm glad you guys also think it's a GPU issue, because that was kind of my guess, is that it's a GPU problem. But every time, like, it's giving me different error codes every time. So I just need to sit down and look up all the error codes that it's given. The one it gave me yesterday was a very generic one. Here, I'll show you if anybody's ever seen this error code before. And I thought maybe it just wasn't compatible very nicely with something I had, but it was a system service exception stop code. But I don't think they're still on this phone because I think I cleared my phone. Yeah. But I've been taking pictures of all the error codes it's given me over the last year. And sometimes they're different, but they always crash when I have Firefox open, when I have Clip Studio open, and when I'm streaming. That's the only time I've had crashes. So it just makes me feel it's like that is some kind of a problem. It could also be an overlay. What do you mean? Bots, did you have a revelation? If you ever have an OBS issue, like it crashed, you can pull up the crash report. Yes, I do have a crash report from, so the OBS is what crashed yesterday and caused everything to go blue screen of death. But I hate that my PC is having blue screen of death problems. I feel like that's not good for the PC. Are you hearing an echo? Shoot, it's probably me. What did I do? I shouldn't have an echo, but let me know if there's something echoing on my side. I can look around. Display driver uninstaller. It fully removes all remaining registry files and traces that manual installation leave behind and is key to doing anything with graphics drivers, apparently. What does that mean? Some computer monitors that monitor the temperature or CPU usage can affect performance. I don't think I have a temperature monitoring one. I actually for a while did stream with an overlay that AMD comes with that like tells me the temperature of everything and like what's going on and monitors that stuff. And it never showed an issue. Every time it would crash, it was not an overheating problem. And it didn't actually crash when I had the overlay on. So I finally just got rid of the overlay because I was like, this isn't doing anything. I kind of wish I'd had it on last night now so I could have monitored that. But usually when the crash happens, the fans aren't even turning on in the PC. Did you pull up the OBS crash report? No. I think I saw that it had one, but I haven't pulled it up yet. It's at the studio. No, I was streaming, so I just turned the stream back on. I was trying to get the stream back on so we didn't lose connection. Because if you get it turned on back on fast enough, there's like a built-in latency of like a minute, I think, where your stream will stay live even if you're gone for like a minute or something. So I was trying to get everything back up before that time lapsed because I didn't want the VOD to get split into 2 VODs because that's like the most annoying thing ever. So I need to go look at it. So what are you saying I need to do, Sloppy? Are you saying I need to like reinstall everything? You still find it scummy that a 5080 is just as strong as a 4080? Maybe I should switch, I don't know. I don't know what I have. I just know it's a radon. Alright, here's the annoying part of drawing spotted animals, the actual spots. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Sloppy. Yeah, if anyone has... yes, I know I have an AMD, yeah. If anyone has any like things that have helped them fix GPU problems, I would be very open to... I have some videos that I looked up last night before I left the studio that I'm gonna get in there and like mess with today. Yeah, it should be fine, I agree. It should be totally fine. I'm not doing any overclocking. I don't play games on that computer. Literally the most intense thing I do on that PC is stream. I stream and I might have like something like Photoshop open. I don't even use ZBrush or Sculptress. Like it's just having the three monitors, including the Cintiq, and streaming. And like so OBS is open. But last night when it crashed, I had like OBS, I had Drawpile up, I had Firefox and Chrome tabs open because I was using different things that you can't do Drawpile in Firefox. So I had open Chrome, and then Firefox I had the giveaways going on. And I was hosting the Drawpile, and I kind of wonder if that's not what pushed it over because I haven't done that in a while. So I do kind of, my suspicion is that it's GPU related just because it seems to happen when it's in heavy use. But I still don't think that level of usage is that heavy for that machine, or at least it shouldn't be, in theory. So yeah, maybe I'll just contact AMD and be like, listen, I've been having this issue for over a year. I've tried everything. Is there anything you guys can do? It basically started 3 months after I built a PC. And I don't want to like pay to have somebody look at it because that's just like more money. Crashing was your RAM and an overlay conflict. I don't have any overlays other than an OBS, so I don't think that's my issue. And I should have plenty of RAM. The price of a 4D was $1,900, so I still got the 5080 for cheaper than I would have had. Yeah, that's true. You gotta make the best decision. Have you used OBS, Simius? I don't think you understand what an OBS overlay is. It's literally just a layer in OBS. It's not the same thing as what you're talking about. Hey Nerdomino, how's it going? Good to see you. I'm trying to focus on drawing these leopard spots, but it's tough. It's just an image. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Sana. Oh, Sana, did you see your drawing animal? Were you here for this? It was really cool if you missed it. I did not do it correctly. But we really enjoyed it. It was a really interesting one. Thank you so much. I had never heard of that stage of a lobster. That was really cool. So thank you for finding a fun one. It's always fun when people pick an animal I don't know and I get to learn about. I mean, I may forget. So there's been times people have requested an animal that I didn't know about and I forgot. They look like they're cheering. I did have to give a spider warning because they do kind of look like spiders, but they are pretty, I think they're pretty cool looking. Yeah, but it's not the same as like having an overlay on top of your, they're two different kinds of overlays, yeah. It's not the same thing. It's just an image file. If an image file is crashing my computer, then it's being awfully selective. If it's an OBS image file. It's not something overlaying on the monitor, laying on top of things. I think I also had PureRef open because we had just gotten rated, so I was also using PureRef. Yeah, so I had a lot of stuff open. All that stuff just makes me still think, like, my suspicion is that it's definitely like some kind of a GPU issue. I'm just tired of troubleshooting, honestly. I've been troubleshooting this for like over a year. And it's really exhausting. It's frustrating to not be able to use to its full potential with reliability the setup that I spent so much money on. So I really need to get it sorted. It's just hard to find the time. Because like when I was troubleshooting, it took most of a week to like do all the research to rule out all the issues I was having. Because I was having multiple issues. A Jaguar Rundy? Oh shoot, I forget what these look like. Hold on. Let me think about a Jaguar Rundy. Sorry, that was my computer. Okay, I saved at the same time as the autosave. It's gonna take me so long to make all these spots, you guys. How do people have the patience to do this? I will get to that in just a second, Neil. For sure. I kind of just want to like, I don't know. I kind of just want to like finish this. A Jaguar Wendy. Let's see. I'm trying to think about what those look like while I'm drawing this. I know they're smaller. I feel like they sort of look, I always think that they're like, they look really similar to Fossa? I'm not sure how you say that, but that's kind of my mental picture of one. We'll do the drawing animal here in just a second. Speaking of cheetah, I know, right? But yeah, drawing animal, for anyone who has not been around for drawing animal before, it's basically a guessing game for me. So people can use their channel points to redeem. It has to be a real animal, either extant or extinct, but a real animal that has lived or is living. And then I will draw that animal. And guess without looking at reference. And see if I can, see how close I can get, basically. And yeah, sometimes people troll me and they try to mislead me with the animal name or something. I will never forget what a mountain chicken is because of that, for example. Mountain chicken burned into my brain. It was like traumatic. Look it up. It's not what you think it is. Unless you already know. Then it is what you think it is. Okay, let me save and let's do the drawing animal. Oh, and then Pioneer redeemed the gratitude jar. We'll do that too. So drawing an animal is, I've got 5 minutes to draw an animal without reference, just drawing what I think it looks like. Let's see. Let's do a Jaguar O&D. Let's do it over here. Let's do it by the thing I totally got wrong and just drew a Succubimbaspis when it was a sargassum fish. But let's see. Talking about troubleshooting blue screened your PC? No way! Smugsy, did you really just have a blue screen? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I hope I figured out Tues, thanks. It's been really frustrating. I do appreciate everyone's input. I just, I'm sort of just exhausted, I think, of dealing with it. Oh, I'm so sorry. That hasn't happened in ages. Oh, I passed. It's a virus. I've given it to you. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Somebody redeemed second 20 minutes ago. Congratulations. Hydrate. Let me get that one. Thank you, Zim. And a stretch. Let's do a little hydrate and stretch. Thank you guys for those. And Neil has requested a Jaguar Rundy. Can you guys hear that truck going by? A Jaguar Rundy. So if you don't know what this animal is, you can look it up if you want. I am going to draw from imagination what I think it looks like. I've got 5 minutes to do so. Starting right now, it's 11:28. I'm pretty sure these are the things I always kind of confuse with fossa, unless I'm looking at them side by side. So that's what I'm gonna draw. I feel like they are cat-like carnivores. I feel like they're kind of like chonky for some reason. I'm getting like, in my head, it feels like a very chonky animal. I could be very wrong. But for some reason in my head I'm picturing like a golden orange, brownish sort of a cat-like critter. Yeah. Sorry, literally just got jump scared because one of the neighbors slammed the door as they left. Oh yeah, speaking of jump scares, we got quite a few jump scare clips yesterday. I don't know if the leaderboard thing at the top, it's new for me, so I'm not used to it. But does it let you guys watch the top clips of the month, or do you have to go find them? Does it just give credit to the person? I don't really know how that, yeah, I know my neighbors are very loud. Sometimes not, I mean, to be fair, not as loud as some past neighbors I've had, so I guess I can't complain too much, but I do wish that the one who lives right above me would stop having loud phone conversations between 11 and 1 a.m. Because that always wakes me up. That definitely happened. That's actually part of why I actually started to drift off to sleep at about 11 last night, which I was so excited. And then he started talking on the phone and kind of stomping around, and it woke me up, and I just laid there until 4 a.m. I was pretty upset, actually. I probably, in hindsight, probably should have taken a melatonin. I just kept being on the verge of falling asleep. Anyway. Yeah. Why? Why, buddy? File recovery? Oh, good. I'm glad you didn't lose anything. I'm so sorry, Smugsy. That is always very distressing. As somebody who experienced her first blue screen of death in over a month. Yesterday. I understand that level of defeat and fear and disappointment. And like, crap, how much money am I gonna have to spend to fix this sort of feeling. Speaking of, I really need to like, actually need to really do a file backup on my PC at the studio. Alright, I think this is a Jaguar Rundy. Let's go look it up. What time is it? I still got another minute or two. I think this is what I think it looks like. I could be totally wrong. I hope it's not that small stripy cat. Now I'm having second thoughts. Well, it's too late now. It may be like that. It may be a small civet, like stripy cat, now that I'm thinking, but it's too late for me to redraw. We're just gonna stick to this. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. I don't even know if they have like underbelly colors. Actually, the one I'm thinking of, maybe slightly. We'll just do some slight underbelly colors. the animal I'm picturing in my head is extremely golden orange. That's like all I can think of. So I'm just going with my gut. In the past, when I've not gone with my gut, I've regretted it. Although sometimes I regret it when I go with my gut too. So there's no winning. But there we go. I'm gonna say this is a jaguar ND. Let's give it a little background. Maybe give it a little pretty eye color. Maybe like a yellowy or something. And yeah. They live in trees. So I'm gonna put it on a tree. There we go. Control S, yeah, hitting it right now. Let's look it up and see how close I got or how far I got. Hey Dusky, how are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes it doesn't work. That's unfortunately true. Hopefully I got this right. Jaguar ND. Is it brown? Please be brown and not stripy. It is! Okay, it's not as gold as I remember. But it is a little brownish animal. Why am I remembering? Oh wait, this one is really gold. This is the picture I was thinking of. I'm almost positive this is the picture I was thinking of, because sometimes they can be super gold colored. Okay, I'm gonna say I got this. And they don't have an underbelly color. Good. I was like, I don't remember there being an underbelly. So, okay. I'm gonna say I got this one. I actually did not make the tail long enough quite. Probably. But this is a jaguar ND. Let's learn about it. It's a wild native cat in the Americas. It extends from central Argentina to northern Mexico. Throughout the Andes. It's a medium-sized cat of slender build. Its coloration is uniform with two color morphs, gray and red. Okay, so I'm thinking of the red color morph. Also, sometimes you'll see it called ruddy. So you see it more in birds, like a ruddy morph, but it's very funny. Elongated body with relatively short legs, a small narrow head, small round ears, a short snout, and a long tail. Resembles mustelids, yeah. I was actually thinking that as I drew it. It almost looked like a mink. I'm gonna say I got this. I did not remember where they lived, but it's about twice as large as a domestic cat. So there you go. Jaguar ND, folks. That's where it lives. It is not a cheetah. Here's a drawing of one, maybe. This looks more like a jaguar ND. There we are. There's that red color morph, jaguar ND. It's like a large house cat. Very cool. Typically solitary, form pairs in the wild. The jaguar ND is more active during the day. Sympatric, meaning similar, to closely related species. So it's closely related to an ocelot. Okay. Very cool. Well, I'm glad I got somewhat close. Here's the gray morph. That just looks like a house cat. Oh, they found one in Brownsville? Last confirmed sighting in the US was a roadkill individual now near Brownsville, Texas in 1986. Brownsville is literally, for those who don't know Texas geography, it's literally the very bottommost tip of Texas. It's more southern than places in Mexico. So it's technically still Mexico, like geographically speaking. It's in the correct range. This is very cool. It is listed as least concern on the IUCN Red List. That's always good. We love an animal who's not in danger of going extinct around here. If you want to learn more about the jaguar ND, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that Draw Me an Animal. There it is, if you want to learn about it. Let's get that off the redeems list here. On the gratitude jar, let's do that really fast. And then I'm actually probably going to call the stream. I think I'm just going to have to stop here. I might throw some color on this little guy, but it's already getting close to noon. And I really need to do some other stuff and take a nap to kind of make up for the lack of sleep last night. So we are going to do the redeem. This little baby, I know. So for anyone who hasn't been here for the gratitude jar before, first of all, this is the gratitude jar. Oh, thank you, BJ, and also hello, how are you? Thank you for donating to the Plein Air Sketch Challenge. We are at 82% on that challenge, by the way. So the gratitude jar is a newer redeem. It's kind of, it's a practice that I have done on my own for years, but I've struggled, like last year I really struggled. I think this is already more slips of gratitude or pieces of paper, whatever you want to call it, than I had in the entire year last year because I was so busy. So thank you guys for helping me do this. But basically what I do is all year long, as nice things happen or good things happen, I will put a little reminder with a date in here. I have this little slip of paper holder thing and a pencil. You guys have to check out my pencil, it's the law. hold on. I'll keep this little kit by my door. And here, before we do anything else, look at this pencil. Look at this duck. It's so cute. This is my gratitude duck. I don't remember where I got this little pencil topper, but I think it's very funny. So it's on my gratitude pencil by the jar. And basically all year long, I will write slips of paper, like gratitude things, put it in the jar, close it, and then my tradition is to not open this jar again until New Year's Eve. So basically on New Year's Eve, I will open this and I'll read through everything. And for me, it's like an intentional reflective practice that I started a few years ago, and I've really enjoyed. Just because, I don't know, especially if you have a really tough year, sometimes it's really hard to remember the good things that happen to you. And for me, I think especially in times that are very trying, which many of us are feeling right now, it can just be really helpful to intentionally seek out the good and the positive. It's not to say that the bad things are things you should ignore, but our brains are sort of wired to pay more attention to the negative. It's why cynicism is so easy to fall into. I don't personally want to be a cynical person, and this is my attempt at staving that off in myself. I prefer to be, as much as I can anyway, a tactical optimist, and this is part of that tactical optimism. So thank you for redeeming it. Let's say, I'm actually going to date it to yesterday, because I'm really grateful to everybody who was able to come. I know not everybody was able to, but for everybody who came and hung out yesterday during the celebration stream, it just meant a lot. I was really appreciative of all the raids and like people hanging out, even though we did have a little bit of a blip, and just all the subs and the support, and just it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So I'm just gonna say, even though it is the 6th, I'm gonna put the date of the 5th because I want to remember what day this happened when I open this up on New Year's. Hopefully that makes sense. But thank you for redeeming this, Pioneer, because it does help me fill the jar and keep stuff in there. And if anyone out there is like, oh, that sounds like that might be something I could implement, I highly recommend it. What I do is usually I'll keep like whatever slips out of the jar were the most impactful, and I'll save them in a little envelope. I have like a little folder of like envelopes of every year of gratitude. So I have found it to be a really good practice. So hopefully, and it doesn't have to be big things. Like sometimes my slips just say, I got a full night's sleep, or I've had, like right now it's raining. If I were to do one for today, I would say we're just getting so much rain and it's making the mountains so green and so beautiful. So that'll probably be one of my gratitude jars at some point in the next week. But yeah, thank you for helping me fill my jar. I appreciate you. Let's see. Had a fun 3K celebration stream with lots of giveaways, and we did a draw pile doodle page that a lot of people drew on, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun. So thanks to everybody, especially to my mods, for helping with that. But it's just to anybody who came by and dropped by, and congrats again to anybody who got a giveaway. We'll do more giveaway events as we go. It's good practice for me because I'm hoping to start an online shop. So practicing like figuring out like estimating shipping and all that is really helpful for me. And then the subs and stuff just help cover the shipping basically. With lots of giveaways and drawings and good peeps. Good peeps in chat. Okay, so this is my gratitude jar for today. So you can see it's got a date, it's got my stuff on it, and I'm gonna put it in the jar. And now I will not see this again until New Year's Eve 2025. Last year I actually opened up the gratitude jar on stream, so we may do that again this year if that's something people are interested in. But I always wait till New Year's Eve to do it, so it kind of depends on when New Year's Eve falls. Okay. Oh, thanks for hanging out, Isel. I appreciate ya. Let's see. It means that a species lives in the same place and occupies the same niche. Oh. Speciation resulting initially from genetic polymorphism, leading to development of reproductive isolation. That makes sense. Thank you. Thank you, Sloppy, for that explanation. Same place and niche as the sister taxa. Gotcha. Oh, it's invasive in Florida. Really? There's jaguar undies in Florida? Very interesting. This happened often a few months ago, so I fully replaced RAM, upgraded to 11, which seemed to work. I really don't want to upgrade to Windows 11. I'm gonna put that off as long as possible. So if crashes are what I have to deal with in order to avoid being forced to sign into everything and having integrated AI, I think I will just continue to have blue screens. Unfortunately, I do not want to upgrade. And I kind of do wonder sometimes, I know that they've shown that companies have done this before, but like forcing issues on users so that it makes them upgrade. I know that like Apple got sued for this, I think. Is like you literally intentionally make older versions run poorly so that people will upgrade because they think they need to. Just to make more money, which is so dirty. And I wouldn't be surprised if Windows is doing that. I'm very sus. Because that is one reason I actually waited on Windows 10 even. I didn't upgrade to Windows 10 until 2024. The end of until I built that computer, basically. And then I upgraded both of them to Windows 10. Now this one that I'm on right now is not new enough to upgrade past Windows 10, so it actually can't go forward. I didn't want to do 10 because you can't choose your updates. One thing I really enjoyed about 7 was I could choose security updates or like other types of updates, and I could look into what was in them, and I could choose what I was putting on my computer. You can't do that with Windows 10. Basically, you can like put off the update, but eventually Windows gets its way, and you do have to update, even if you can put it off for a while. But I just really don't like that. It's not my fave. If Linux was more compatible with more of the programs that I needed to run, I would probably switch to Linux. But unfortunately, most of what I need, there's compatibility problems with Linux. Maybe one day, maybe as more and more people are looking for a little more control over the tech that they buy and own, maybe Linux will develop some better compatibility. Steam OS is compatible with a lot. I have to wait for 3.0. I didn't even know Steam was making an OS. Steam, the gaming platform? I guess that shouldn't surprise me. I'm so out of touch. Well, I'll keep my radar. I'll keep it on my radar for sure. I do, you know, I've been a Windows user my entire life, but I do not like the direction they've been going in the past couple of OSs. And I really don't, if I'm gonna spend money on stuff, I want to make sure it's gonna like be exactly the machine that I'm looking for and have a little more control than I'm being allowed. Renko, hey, how's it going? Big stretch for a big... Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for contributing to the Plein Air sketch stream. How are you doing today? What's worse than Windows 11 is outdated OS in terms of security? Windows 11 is? It shouldn't be. That's definitely the downside to not upgrading, but I mean, I lived on Windows 7 for a very long time. Here's the thing. If I did more sus things on the internet, I would probably be more concerned about security. I don't save my passwords for important things, right? Like I don't save my banking password or anything. Like I just have that memorized. It's never like, there's certain security measures I just take so things aren't automatically logged in. I don't go to, like, I don't do any pirating. I don't download things. I don't go to sketchy websites to watch things illegally. Like, I feel like a lot of the times when you have those security issues, it's not always that, but a lot of the times it's that. I don't click on links that I don't trust or don't know. Like, I haven't had an issue with a virus or malware in over a decade. All I do is draw and stream and use social media and email. That's it. That's what I use my computer for. And YouTube, but that's social media. So, and I just don't click stuff. So hopefully it'll be like with Windows 7, where I had Windows 7 for like 8 years past its closing date. And it didn't cause any issues. I just have really good, I just usually try to keep really good like free virus, because the one thing is like Windows Defender is a really good antivirus, and that if they stop support for Windows Defender at the same time as they stop Windows 10, I'll have to start shopping around for better security. But I use Malwarebytes. I might have to switch away from Malwarebytes. They're starting to kind of feel a little bit like they're going to the dark side slightly, so there's probably some better ones out there. But yeah, as long as you don't do anything sus, streaming poses a risk. I don't see how. All I'm doing is broadcasting. It's not like I'm clicking stuff. Nothing can get to my computer because I'm streaming, so that's really what I'm talking about. Again, I don't click links I don't trust, or from people I don't know. That seems to be the biggest issue. Draw and stream and eat hot chip. Wait, what? Draw and stream and eat hot chip and lie? Wait, what? Yeah, lots of antiviruses are bad. You do have to do some good research. A lot of them cause more issues than they solve, but there are good ones out there. Okay, I think we're gonna stop here. Do I have any redeems that I missed? Let's see, we did gratitude jar, hydrate, let's hydrate. Let's get into the Discord. So I usually do a last call, sorry I didn't do that, but if anyone has been drawing along, you can go into the Discord and to the art gym section and check out that if you have studies to share. Sorry, my brain is turning off. I'm reaching my limit on hay. My body's like, hey lady, you haven't slept. Did you know that? You slept 3 hours. You should get sleep. So I'm struggling just a tad. Okay, let's go into the art gym. If anybody wants to join the Discord, by the way, you don't have to be an artist to join. It's open to anybody. But I'm gonna go into the art gym section, just see if we have any art to share. We're gonna share that on screen. And it'll be anything that has been posted since yesterday. We have quite a few, actually. Oh, these look great. Okay. Let's go to yesterday. So basically, the way it works is... I make this so that you guys can only see... I always forget how to... I wish I could collapse this channel bar. Is there a way to collapse the channel bar? I wish there was. Basically what I do is I go to the last place that we looked at on stream, which was my studies from yesterday. We're gonna do everything underneath them. So thank you for sharing, folks, for those who drew along. And if you are a streamer of any kind, we'll shout you out. Just let us know so that we know to give you a shout. Draw and stream and not get curry. Yes, not getting curry is my... Were you there for that, Rico? That is, listen, I did eat half of that curry eventually. There was a lot going on. It was a little chaotic and I didn't have time to go get it. But I did end up eating most of it. It's a meme that was popular. Oh, okay. I am nothing if not a parrot. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Where's your art? No pressure. We're not gonna shame people at the gym. Sloppy. That was the microwave's curry. Yeah, it was the microwave's curry. It was not my curry. I had to borrow it from the microwave. First up is Sloppy Salamander. Yes, pressure join us. Sloppy, you are killing it with these studies. These are great. Really, really nice job. I forget what it's called. There's like what is the term for when you have, something dactyl, obviously. But when you have different types of claws, like the 3 forward toes and 1 back, that's a type of foot arrangement, and then there's the 2 forward, 2 back one. Term is crazy and weird. You know, I don't know why I did it this way, but you know, like an owl. Anyway, it looks really cool. Great job with the foot pads. It's like zygodactyl, I think. I think it's zygodactyl. Anyway, I don't know, but you did a great job with it. And the wings, like, really, honestly, what's really standing out to me about all of these that Sloppy is showing is how dimensional they feel. Like, Sloppy's using a lot of these lines. It's Raygodactyl. No. Hey, Briboat, how are you? Sloppy's using a lot of these contour lines and values to, like, show the dimensionality, right? You're actually, like, you can feel that this is a 3-dimensional object. Sloppy is not just copying what she sees, but actually, like, studying what she sees. And so... it's called Anisodactyl? I'm not sure. Your dog ate your art gym. Oh no. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Wow, I totally believe that, Reiko. Wow, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. But no, Sloppy, these are great. Fantastic ventral wing study here, like the underside of the wing, really showing like the feather layering. This is really tricky to pay attention to because feathers can feel overwhelming and it's often easy to forget which direction they should be overlapping. I have some really, at least I find them really helpful references in the Pinterest board. If you click the link at the top, that'll take you to my Pinterest board. Just kind of back up to the main board and go to the avian section, or I can just start you at the main board right there. But if you go to the avian section in anatomy, it has like multiple wing study references, specifically talking about feather layering and the names of sections and Yeah, no, it's exhausting. Yeah, when you draw them like feather by feather like that, it can be a lot, for sure. But this looks fantastic, Slappy Salamander. Thank you so much for sharing. I love seeing it. Beautiful studies, and thank you for participating in the art gym. Thank you for being our workout buddy today. I appreciate that. Next is Dally. Dally has a couple here. Dally, you were so productive. While I was just rambling, Dally was doing some work. Dally might get back into streaming soon, they said, so let's get a little shout out for Dally. If you guys are not following Dally, obviously a fantastic artist, working in the industry, going to a job interview today. Good, congratulations again on getting an interview, and good luck with the interview. I hope it goes well. I know it's been a stressor for you, so I'm rooting for you. I love the way you did the textured shadows and stuff in this, and the colors. This is really, really pretty. A lovely snow leopard, different types of leopards, right? It was International Leopard Day, but they didn't specify what kind of leopard. I stuck with African leopards. This is obviously not a leopard. Class, what is this? Can anyone tell me? Let's look at the markings, the hints. Would we call this a leopard if we saw it at the zoo? I'll give you a hint. No, we would not. It's clearly a cheetah. It's got those tear marks. It's got the body structure of a dog, basically. It's got those single spots. What is a cheetah? It's that. Wait, where'd it go? It's that. That's a cheetah. But it looks fantastic. These are great. This is a snow leopard, obviously. These are really, really fun, stylized studies. Love to see them. Love to see them. Really, really great anatomy on both of these, and just like really great proportion, obviously. They look great. And then we have another one down here of a cheetah in a fantastic running pose. This is in my opinion, this is the main benefit of cheetahs. If you get photos of cheetahs in motion, you get some of the wildest poses, and they are so fun. I'll take feliforms for 500, Kasey. No, we would throw rocks at anybody. No, Sloppy, we're not throwing rocks. Good floof, yes. I've been told my problem-solving skills need work. I mean, if your first answer is throwing rocks, Sloppy. But that rocks. No, this looks great, Dally. This has got such dynamic movement. I love the exaggerated line work. Like, you can tell you're still working from the reference and thinking about anatomy, but there's definitely that like animated feeling here where it's like I'm drawing from the reference, but I'm not copying the reference. I'm using the anatomy in front of me, and I'm stylizing slightly, but it looks fantastic. Lovely, lovely study. And I also just love the colors. Really, really fun colors. It almost looks like you did that one traditionally, even though I'm pretty sure it's digital, yeah. But it has some really nice texture to it. I'm not sure what program you were in, but I like it a lot. Well done, well done. Is there a cheetah? Do you have a cheetah? No. Cat. That'll do. Fantastic. Oh wait, do we have dust? Smoke? No, that's probably a cigarette. What is the little thing that's like wind? Ah, here we go. That's not what I'm looking for either, though. Oh well. There's like a zoomy cloud. I don't remember what they're called. Anyway, I was gonna make it look like a fast cat, but that's not gonna happen. Looks fantastic, Dally. Thank you so much for drawing along. And again, good luck on the interview later today. Make it a pop of pop. That's true. Pop rocks would be less painful. I believe this is Dracon in the chat. Dracon, right? Experiment. And if your name doesn't match your Discord, it is hard for me to remember unless you're a regular. So I'm pretty sure this is Dracon. You shared stuff yesterday. Really lovely studies. These look great. Really nice attention to form and dimension here. Really, really good. Like the foreshortening on this arm, I can see you were really paying attention to like getting those shapes stacked correctly and believably. And also with this one, a little bit of foreshortening here too. Lovely, lovely stuff. I can tell you're really looking at the reference. You're really trying to get the reference and capture that without falling into copying, which is so important. You're looking at anatomy, you're looking at structure, you're looking at what's actually happening, like where's the weight, how would the leg be moving, thinking about that stuff. Really, really lovely stuff. Thank you so much for sharing along. Hey Raka, wait, what is that? Oh, do you have a leopard emoji? Aw, it's so cute. I love that. And they do a great job capturing personalities. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I mean, these have really great character in the face, honestly. Like, you've really captured, like Sloppy said, the emotion, if you will, or the expression of both of these kitties. Lovely, lovely studies. Well done. Oops, I was trying to hit the clap. There we go. We'd love to see it. Let's do another cat emote. This one's from Volps. Volps, if you're in chat, thank you so much for drawing along. This is beautiful. A lovely, very intense leopard, I think, stare. It's hard for me to tell when it's just the face. But really, really nice structure to the drawing. And again, really, really great capturing of the expression. The eyes are always such an important part of any piece, right? Because it really, like, that's where you go first. Window to the soul, if you will. But the texture around the eyes is really lovely too. And again, you did a really good job thinking about like shape so that it feels like it's kind of three-dimensional. It's coming out of the page. It doesn't feel flat. So lovely, lovely stuff here. Yeah, I bet it was challenging. It can be really intimidating doing like a portrait of a person or an animal. Although I prefer animals just because I feel like our facial recognition doesn't extend to animals as easily, and so it's like, yeah, that looks like that, and you're not super critical, but people are so critical of humans, it makes it very intimidating to draw them. But this is lovely. You did a great job. Hey Kev, how's it going? Scientific fun facts about leopards, let's have it. Number 1, not Kasey's favorite animal. Yeah, I guess that's technically true. Kasey's favorite animal is actually the cheetah. Is it? Specifically, Chester the cheetah. Famous mascot for Cheetos. Not because she loves Cheetos, don't I? I'm not so sure about these facts. But because he also wears super cool sunglasses. Astute observation, yes, I do have sunglasses. You guys, for anyone who's judging me for these sunglasses, I will lose them if they don't stay on my head, okay? I've lost so many. Don't judge. They have to be here or on my nightstand. Those are the 2 places they can be at all times. Doesn't matter, rain or shine. Number 2, leopards like to hang out in trees. They do. So always check your tree before climbing. I mean, that seems like sound advice, especially if you live in Africa. Because of how awkward that would be just wandering into someone else's tree. Well done, Kev. Those are excellent facts. It would be very awkward to wander into someone else's tree, especially if that someone else was, in fact, a leopard. Excellent, excellent advice. These look great, Volps. Yeah. Cats are hard. Cats are tough in general. But I think you did a fantastic job. Here we have one from Fox Confessor. I'm not sure if Fox is in chat, but Fox, if you are, thank you for lurking and drawing along. This looks great. Super, super intense facial expression. And a really, really nice job with the structure as well. Great shading, great attention to like anatomy and detail. Like, this looks really lovely. This is a fantastic study. Thank you so much for drawing along with us. Really nice job with like the spots too. I always feel like the spots are so intimidating to draw because like if you're trying to make them hyper accurate, it does take so long. So I just want to give you kudos because it does look like you tried on this. Oh my gosh, Phoebe! Hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. We are doing a show and tell from the community. We're doing the draw along today was for the art gym. We were doing leopard studies. So welcome in, welcome in. How was your stream? What did you get up to? I'd love to see anything you want to share. Thank you for coming in on the raid, Pajamas the Greek. I really appreciate that. Thanks for anybody coming in on the raid to give a new streamer a chance. Yeah, isn't this great? This is by Fox Confessor here in the chat. Fox, do you stream? Let me know and we'll shout you out if you do. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, PJs, for the support. I really appreciate that. You are securing my spot. We just hit 3,100 followers on stream today. And so you're securing that for me because I feel like every single day I lose at least 1 follower. So thank you for keeping me there. And thank you for coming in. Fabugu, hello, hello. Let me introduce myself really fast, then we'll get back to the show and tell. My name is Kasey. Here's my studies from today. I only did 2. We actually talked a lot today. But we do other things other than just animal studies. I can show you, for example, during the art gym, which welcome to the art gym, by the way. We're kind of at the end of it, but we show our studies in the Discord, and I'll show them here on stream. Oh, you're securing at number 2, Fabu. You're amazing. Oh, and so is Studo Game Dev. Aw, thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate that. Phoebe, if you have anything you want to share, you were designing a mermaid character for your new indie game, but we have 2 color schemes. Well, you can show them both. For all I care, I want to see them. We can all help you decide. Yeah, drop them both. Let's take a look. We'll help you decide as long as it's work safe. Just please, I try not to get in trouble with TOS, obviously. But yeah, as long as they're work safe mermaids, let's have at it. And if not, or if you prefer to share a social link, feel free to do that too. But for anyone who's not been here before, welcome to the art gym. Welcome to my stream. My name is Kasey. I am an illustrator, and we do these studies in the morning we call the art gym. So we'll pick a different topic every day. It's just Monday through Wednesday right now, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time until about, actually we're going a little bit longer today. Usually we end around 11, but it's okay because I only have one stream today, so sometimes on Tuesdays I'll go a little bit longer. But we don't always do animals. For example, last week we did like some clothing, because I don't draw people and clothes very often. So I try to work in different types of studies. We did dresses, we did suit studies. We've also done yeah, you've got plenty of time. I'll do my little intro while you're getting it all ready. We do like environmental effects. We did construction equipment. We did. I don't think I've ever drawn construction equipment. It's actually really fun. I don't do a lot of vehicles, but I'm trying to get better at lots of things because I'm trying to become more well-rounded as an artist. And it may seem counterintuitive, but if you're drawing from life or you're drawing from observation, it's actually going to make you a better imaginative artist. So if you're somebody who wants to improve their art skill or wants to like just develop a habit of doing studies and you need accountability like I do, that's why we call it the art gym. It's kind of like the gym, how you sometimes need accountability to show up to the gym. I need that to show up to do studies. So if you're anything like me and that sounds like a good idea, we'd love to have you. I do have a Discord where you can post your studies, as always, as long as they're work safe. You can post them in the Discord in the art gym section, and every single art gym at the end will just show those studies on stream. So there you go. That's what we do in the mornings. In the afternoons, if you come back for an afternoon stream, I'm usually doing more project-based stuff. If I can find my raid folder. Oh, here it is. Like here, I'll start at this end this time. Sometimes I do sculpting, actually. So the last stream of the month we do sculpting. I'm typically doing like creature design sculpts just because it's fun for me. It's not something I expect to make money off of or anything really. Every once in a while I sell a sculpture, but it's pretty rare. So this is just something I enjoy, so I do it once a month at the end of the month. It's the final stream of the month. I've also got a webcomic I'm working on. I'm trying to teach myself how to do graphic novels. So this is called Drift, ! Drift, if you want to go read that. It's on Tapas and Webtoon. It's kind of older, but I'd like to pick it up again this year and keep moving forward on it. I started this back in like 2015, so it's been a minute. I have a bunch of sticker lines that I've run and printed. I do some stationery stuff. This is a Christmas card from a couple years ago. But for the most part, when you come in on the afternoon streams, I'm doing stuff like this. I'm doing digital illustration. So I'm trying to get into like book illustration, kids books, that kind of thing. Oop, let me snooze these ads really fast. And for the most part, when you come in the afternoon streams, you'll see me, I would say 80% of the time, working on building up my portfolio. Oh, I hit snooze on the ads. It didn't snooze them. I'm so sorry. We're gonna pause. We're gonna pause and take a stretch break, and I see a link from you, so I will get that pulled up, and we will take a look at it right after. There we go, beautiful. Oh, these are great. These are lovely. So yeah, let's take a little stretch break. If anybody can hear the sound of my voice, we're just stretching. Sorry for ads. We're just stretching. Hey Paleo, I am, yes. We'll come back to the show and tell after the stretch. So if you can hear the sound of my voice, feel free to stretch along with me. Oh, and thank you, Studo and Phoebe. That's really kind of you to say. Yeah, all we do here during ads is stretch. So if anyone can hear me, this is your friendly once an hour reminder to stretch. Basically, you just kind of, what I like to do is a posture stretch to start with. So you're going to kind of roll your shoulders back and then push your shoulder blades together and unshrimp, right? So you take your hunched back position, you're going to overcorrect that by arching your back. So pretend my hand is your back. Instead of being hunched, you're going to overcorrect and like make a C shape and arch your back and push those shoulder blades together and flex them, like really, really push, like try to make them touch. You shouldn't be able to do that, but it is going to make those muscles flex by trying to make them touch. And what this does is going to strengthen those muscles back there. So you're going to hold for about 20 seconds or so, really flex that whole time. It's actually hard for me to like focus on explaining and stretching. I'm also trying to be better about pushing my neck back as I do this, so it looks really silly on stream, so I apologize for what's happening on the camera. I'm just flapping around here. But yeah, basically you're just going to hold that for about 20 seconds or more. And then after 20 seconds, I'm kind of keeping an eye on my ad timer to watch my seconds. I'm going to relax and just basically come out of that arched kind of shoulders back position, right? So what this does is it takes you from here to here, and then you relax. So it just kind of drops you into like a more like straightened posture. And over time, if you keep doing that, it's going to correct any posture issues and help you kind of strengthen those muscles to keep your shoulders in place. And I will say I've been doing that stretch for over a year now, and it does not feel weird for me to put my shoulders back at all anymore like it used to. So it does work over time, and that's why we do that one, because I really want to work on my posture. I'm trying not to have back problems when I'm older. We're also going to do some carpal tunnel stretches, so you can like do some wrist rotations. Oh, you're back. Oh, okay. Mine says 30 seconds, so we just did a posture stretch, and we're gonna do a carpal tunnel stretch. So you take your hand, my favorite one, you take your hand, point your fingers at the ground. You can push against a wall if that's easier for you. I like to just take my other hand and pull gently toward my body. And you include your thumb in that. You're just pulling your fingers and your thumb. And this is supposed to be one of the better carpal tunnel exercises you can do to keep carpal tunnel at bay. So if you have any finger numbness, any of your digits or in your elbow, those are all signs, like early signs of carpal tunnel or orbital tunnel, or just like various pinched nerve in the hands and arms problems. And I think we're back. Okay, so we're gonna look at Phoebe's art. If you guys want to help, Phoebe has a dilemma. Which color, chat, do we like better? We have two beautiful mermaid designs. Very lovely. Ooh, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. It's hard. It depends on the character. I think I like the gold, but the blue is also very fetching. I can understand your dilemma. I actually think I like the gold just because you don't see warm color mermaids as often, but they're both very lovely. But if anyone in chat has an opinion, feel free to speak up. We've got this lovely gold and this beautiful blue. Which one do you prefer, chat? Let Phoebe know. And make sure you also go check out Phoebe. Now that we've got your art up on screen, there's another shout out so people know who to follow. Thank you again so much for the raid. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Drop a link. Yeah, tell us what you're working on. And you said this is for a game, right? Very cool. What kind of game? You're liking the gold and blue is your favorite color. I know it's really hard. You're leaning towards gold. I think it sounds like most people in the chat are team gold. Yeah, we do. Sorry for the ads. If anybody got stuck on those ads, I apologize. I did hit snooze, so I'm not sure why the ads still played. So I hope I didn't lose a snooze, but that's okay. We're gonna end stream in a little bit. Anyway, we won't make it to another ad break. I don't think. But yeah, I think it looks like most people are liking the gold. Yeah. But no, during the ads, so what we like to do here is we pause everything on stream, and basically we just do a stretch break. And I put all the ads together for 180 seconds. And this basically, for those who don't know, if you're new to Twitch or if you just weren't aware, putting all of your ads, because it makes you do ads either way. So you can either break them up throughout the stream or you can put them all together. And if you put them all together, I like that because I can like warn people they're coming if I can see it in time. But it also gives us enough time to like hydrate, get up, stretch, do whatever you need to do, take a little potty break, something like that. But when you put 180 seconds of ads within an hour of stream, it eliminates pre-roll ads, which means people don't get hit in the face immediately with ads when they come in to check out the stream. So that's why we do it all together. I think it's becoming more common. I don't know if it used to be as common, but your game is a cozy game called Remnants of Yore, where you play as a cat wizard who inherits an antique shop. Oh, we just launched our Kickstarter. Oh yeah, this is great. Let's check it out. Absolutely happy to help promote. You guys, if you are into cozy games with really cute premises, is this gonna be on Steam? Oh, look at this. You guys, I love this art style. This is great. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Oh, I love that. This is a lovely Kickstarter page. You guys worked really hard on this. Looks great. Steam Deck, and we're hoping for Switch too. That's awesome. That's very cool. Well, definitely, is it wishlistable? Should we all go wishlist it? If you have a Steam link, if it's up there. I guess if you're kickstarting it, it's not there yet, huh? But this looks great. Influences and inspiration. I've heard of these games. I haven't played them. This looks awesome. I love the art style. It's like painty pixels. We have a few pixel artists that are hanging out in the chat too, so maybe they're familiar with this. It is indeed on Steam. It is available on Steam. Yeah. Feel free to drop the Steam link if you want, and we can wishlist it. Oh, I love the art style. This is great. This looks really, really pretty, yeah. Make sure you guys go check out the link to that Kickstarter that just got posted. Is there a Steam link here that I can click? Oh, it's a project we love from Kickstarter? Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Fantastic. And you have until Monday, May 26th to fund it. Looks like you've already reached your goal. Am I reading that right? Congratulations. But if you'd like to back the project and help them reach some stretch goals, for those who don't know, you probably all know how Kickstarter works, so I'm not going to explain Kickstarter to you. There we go. Thank you, Pajamas. We're just hoping to get the stretch goals. Nice, nice. Nice. Well, guys, please check it out. Help them reach their stretch goals. Lots of cool rewards. It looks like a really cute style game. I really love the art style. Are you one of the artists for it, I presume? Or... yeah, this looks fantastic. Very, very cool. I'm gonna make sure I go wishlist this. Am I logged in? Yep, I am. We're gonna wishlist it right here on stream. Look at that. Lovely game. Make sure you guys go check it out. Thank you so much for rating. Very cool to see the stuff that you're working on. And yeah, appreciate you coming in. We have a small team, a bunch of talented artists. Oh my gosh, yes, of course. I understand how hard it is trying to get small projects out there and get the word out and get them off the ground. It looks like you guys have a lot of passion in this, and the art so far, like, I love the art style. It all looks great. Yeah, good. Best of luck with it, and hopefully some other folks have checked it out too. Guys, if you know some people into like Steam games, share that link around, you know? Yeah, of course, absolutely. Beautiful stuff. Well, thank you for sharing. It's lovely to see it. Very, very cool. Are you all like part of the team? Is everybody who's hanging out in your chat? Are you guys like all on the team? That's so cute. If you guys all like hang out together. I really like this art style a lot. Very, very cool. Well, it is definitely wishlisted now. And I will keep an eye on it. And yeah, we all loved your mermaids as well. Thank you so much for hanging out. I think most of us are. That's awesome though. You guys are adorable. Anyway, this is the work that I do. I don't know if I showed all of this or not, but I do digital illustration primarily. So I'm not a game dev person. I do enjoy playing games. I don't have much time these days, unfortunately, but especially really pretty like art games. Every once in a while I'll play an art game on Twitch. So like we played Dordogne. Have you guys heard of Dordogne? You guys would probably love that. Do you guys know Dordogne? If you don't, look up the here. I'll type it down because it's a French word. We played this on stream last weekend or 2 weekends ago. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So sometimes I'll play like artistic, like very heavily art inspired like games on Twitch, but very rarely. Mostly I'm an art streamer. I do creature design stuff. We do the things, the Sea Slug Dragon streams. That's the first Wednesday of the month, so that'll be tomorrow. I'll basically like we'll have chat pick a sea slug, and then I'll design a dragon or a creature. Sometimes they're less dragony and more creaturey, but I'll design something based on that sea slug. It's just like a fun little exercise. You know what's funny is I've never played Monster Hunter. I'm sure I would love it. It's on my wish list, but I just don't have time for games, unfortunately, right now. I can appreciate them, but I think I play games once a month on Twitch. That's pretty much my gameplay these days. I work 2 jobs, so I'm trying to get my illustration career off the ground. I used to be a teacher, for those who haven't met me before. I was an elementary school art teacher. That was my career. Left that career to pursue freelance illustration and trying to like make it as an artist. So if anybody wants to support me on that journey, honestly, the nicest thing you can do for anybody who's in the creative fields, not just artists, like game devs too feel this way, I'm sure, but like follow them on social media, follow us on socials, like share posts, like posts, comment on, honestly, shares and bookmarks right now for Instagram is like the best thing you can do. I'm mostly on Blue Sky these days, but if anybody ever wants to come follow or do anything, that's the places you can find me right now. You'd recommend Monster Hunter? Yeah, it's on my list, Dracon. I don't know if this link still works. Is this the right word? Or no, it's game. I gotta get my plural straight. Some of my commands are plural and some are not. Maybe I should just make them all plural so I can remember. I might actually do that later. But if you want to check out my wish list, those are the games people have recommended me to play, and if you have anything you want me to add, let me know. But those are games that I've wish listed on Steam. I don't think that links to my profile, so I don't think you guys can see my actual games list. But there's other games that I need to play still that have been recommended, like Gris. I've never played Gris, but everyone tells me to play that. I think I just bought Somebody gave me some other games that are pretty art heavy that I haven't played yet, like Hollow Knight. There's this one that's like a cut paper game that looks really cool. So anyway, that's what I do. Welcome to my stream. We were doing the art gym, and let's get back to the showcase. Oh, thank you so much, Fabu. I really appreciate that, seriously. As a fellow creature artist. Oh, nice. Oh, creatures are the best. If you ever have the time. I know, Amaze. Listen, did you read that first part? That, like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 5th word right there. That 5th word in what Fabu said. That is the issue. Time. Time is the problem. I'm lucky if I leave the studio by 9 p.m. and I get up at like 5 or 6. So, and I work 2 jobs. So finding the time is the big issue. I would love to play it. It's on the wish list. I just don't have the time, therefore I haven't spent the money to get it yet because it's, I don't know, one of these days maybe. Okay, here is where we are at on the show and tell. So we have this one from Fox Confessor. Fox Confessor, I can't remember if you said in chat, but if you stream, let us know. Would love to shout out. If anybody does draw along for in the Discord, if anyone wants to join the Discord, it's open to anybody. There's lots of writers, artists, gamers, you know, just cool people in there. And if you want to do the art gym, typically the easiest way to participate is to just drop your image into the art gym section, and we'll show it here on stream. And if you're a streamer, we'll shout you out. So, this one is from Smugsy. Smugsy, are you still here? Smugs, these look great. Oh, we just looked at Fox Confessors, by the way. I'm not just skipping it for anybody who thinks I'm being rude. We were talking about Fox Confessors piece right before you guys rated it and right before the ads. So it looks great, Fox. You're welcome. You're welcome. Smugsy, remind me if you stream. I'm sorry that I can't always remember. We have a variety of people who participate in this, and I just can't keep it all straight. So I hope I'm not offending anybody. This is a beautiful, beautiful animal. 1, I love oryxes. 2, your study is fantastic. Really, really great job on the values, the anatomy, like really, really lovely like brush strokes too. Just like really fun play here. Gorgeous. You still do not. Okay, sorry that I can't remember. But thank you so much for participating. And you don't have to stream to participate, by the way, to anybody who's watching. We like to shout out folks if we know that they stream. So, beautiful, beautiful study. I love all the details you got. And obviously, like your anatomy is just really spot on here. Gorgeous, gorgeous study. I really love the way you handle the lighting. That's probably my favorite part of your study. You took the subtle implied shadows here. I mean, some of them aren't as subtle, like right here, but you just kind of, I don't know, you brought them to life in a really fun way. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. People keep tempting you. Well, if you ever want to, just let us know. I mean, I don't want to pressure you. I always tell artists, though, I mean, here's where I am at with streaming. I kind of wish I had stuck with streaming when I first got into it, because I spent years just drawing alone in my studio. And to me, streaming it's like having a virtual studio almost with like other artists, you know? And I figure if you're going to be sitting alone at home drawing anyway, you may as well turn the camera on. That's kind of the place that I got to. And for me, it's been great accountability. It's been great to meet other people. So thank you everybody who's ever said hi to me ever stream. Super appreciate you. But yeah, I don't know. If you ever think about it, just let us know. But also, I understand that it can be intimidating and just a lot of maybe extra stress. I certainly felt very stressed about streaming when I first started. I'm pretty introverted, even though you probably don't believe that. So I totally get it. But if you ever decide to, let us know. Really trying to figure out how people do volumetric lighting. I think you're on the way, honestly. I think you're doing a great job describing, like, lighting is like you're describing the form, you know, with like values and with light. And I think you're doing it, personally. This does not look flat to me. To me, the way you can tell if you're handling volumetric lighting or not is like, does it look flat? And I don't think this looks flat. This looks like a very much three-dimensional thing that you were drawing here. Excellent stuff. Oh, and thank you for that hydrate, Skittle. Good to see you also. If you guys aren't following Blue Skittle, another fantastic artist here on Twitch. Fabio says I tend to lurk a lot in most streams. That's fine. Lurks are so appreciated, honestly. I have some people in my community who are really wanting me to push for partner. I don't think I'm amazing, or just read Blue Skittles. I don't think I'm amazing, but I definitely don't think I'm there yet. Because I'm not averaging very close to those numbers, but lurks do help get me there. So if anybody does want that for me, I'm too nervous to actually officially push, but I did tell chat once I start averaging 60 viewers, I will do an official push. That was kind of my compromise. Getting over our Discord anxiety. Yeah, and actually, I'm glad you said that, Snugsy. If anybody wants to stream art in my Discord, we do have just like a general streaming channel. You could use it for games or for art, and anybody's welcome to do that. If they just want to try streaming, but they don't really want to make that jump to go to Twitch. Here, I'll show you guys where it's at. I've used it a few times for streaming, but it's the streaming channel, just like basic streaming channel, right? So you can pop in there and do games or art or knitting. We've had people do, I had somebody do like an oil painting one time, which was really fun. But yeah, if you ever want to, feel free to announce it in voice chat and hop in the stream channel if anybody ever wants to try. But thank you guys for drawing along today. I am going to screenshot my little study, my one study. I mean, I did two, I guess. And then we're gonna award the prediction points for people who, I think we got you a shout out earlier, Blue. I can't remember, I think Ahmad did. I've been really bad about those lately, so I hope nobody is ever offended. I love shouting out when I know there's other artists in chat, especially ones that I recommend and that I hang out on their channel a lot, like with Blue. I'm extremely tired today. I'm probably gonna take a nap right after this. Here's my one finished study. And then I also have that skeleton one. So if anybody predicted I would do 2 studies today, you just earned some channel points. Here's my study from today. I'm gonna say my one finished study. Finished-ish study. But thank you everybody for drawing along today, or for hanging and lurking. Let me check Blue Sky really fast, make sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't think anybody posted. So far it's only happened a couple of times that people have posted on Blue Sky under the post with an image. Okay, so I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything somebody was trying to share. But thank you all for being here. Geez, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for the raids. It was great to meet you, Phoebe, and your community. Thank you, Gracie, for the raid. Thank you, Owen. Thank you, oh, Iska. I was like, why is it shaking? I don't know why it's shaking. Hold on, let me close some stuff. And then I'm gonna award those. Oh, hold on, my computer's gonna make a noise. It's not your computer. That was my computer. Did that help with the shaking? Nope, it's still shaking. Why are you shaking? What the heck? We are gonna go find another artist to raid into. I love to find people who are doing something work safe. But thank you if your name is showing up in any of this credit scene right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate those follows. Thank you for securing my spot at 3,100 followers. See, I already lost one. I already lost one since we talked. It happens. It happens. So if anybody's new to streaming and you lose follows, don't feel bad about it. It just is part of it. But thank you to those who followed today. And thank you to the subs. I forgot to mention we do... Oh shoot, did I save? Hold on. Did I save those subdoodles? I hope I saved the subdoodles. Thank you to the subs, by the way. We're starting this new thing where if you sub... I think I did, but now I'm just nervous, so I'm gonna check. I know, I'm the worst. That's why I always tell you guys I am the worst. And I also have a save command for this reason. Because I constantly need to be reminded to save. Let me just check. Okay, I did save it. Phew. Okay, I got really nervous for a second that beepy sound was from Krita, but it was not. Okay, I did save it. We're gonna go find another artist to raid into. I do not have an official raid call because I'm not a pro. I'm not a pro. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm slowly getting there, maybe. We're just gonna say Kasey raid. That's the easiest one to remember for me right now because I'm tired. We also have one that's very funny about cheese, but I can't remember that one. But if you want to do a funny one about cheese, we also have cheese emotes. If you don't have my emotes, just swap, use your own emotes if you'd like to. Welcome back, Phoebe. I'm so sorry. I have to raid out, unfortunately. Yeah, I apologize. I went actually about like an hour longer than I normally do, but I'm really glad we got to meet. And I'm gonna go find us another artist to raid into, so don't go anywhere just yet. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. Thank you, Dow Dave. I'm glad you learned something. Thank you for coming to the celebration stream, Dave, and to everybody who showed up yesterday for the celebration stream for hitting 3K. And I hope I get to see you guys again. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow morning. Let me check really fast and see. What are we studying tomorrow, chat? You can always go to the Discord to see the stream schedule section, and that will tell you what we're studying. I try to keep that. I just posted the May schedule a few days ago, so it should be in there. Tomorrow we are studying sea creatures because it's Mermaid. So it's very general tomorrow. We actually have a lot of sea animals this month. We're doing sea creatures tomorrow though, so I'm excited. It's amphibian week right now, so you could do an amphibian if you wanted to. But we're doing sea creatures for the art gym, and then in the afternoon tomorrow we're doing sea slug dragon design day. So come back at 4 p.m. tomorrow if you want to check out sea slug dragons. Again, if you need my socials or my Discord, you can follow me for stream announcements or hang out in the Discord and turn on the stream pings notifications for that channel. And you can get stream pings if you'd like to get announcements when I'm live. But yeah, thank you for being here. Seriously, I really appreciate everybody. Thank you again for everyone showing up in the credits for my patrons. You guys are awesome. I guess I can link that too. I never talk about my Patreon, but it's there. There's a tier where you can get art in the mail. If you're interested in that, go check it out. But let's go find someone to raid. You get channel points for sticking in through a raid, so let's go see who we can raid into. I try to pick work-safe art streamers and go like family-friendly work-safe, like art in general, and then if I can't find anybody in those categories, I'll kind of branch out. But I want to see if we can find somebody we haven't raided in a while, because I try to keep it fresh. There's some people I tend to raid more often than others, and I'm trying to be more aware of that. Let's see, who can we send some art Twitch love to? Oh, there's a lot of people on right now. Holy cow. Oh, man. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Hold on. Here's somebody we haven't raided in a while. Oh, shoot. It's not safe for work at the moment. Bummer. Next time. Next time. Let's go say hi. Okay, do you guys want, I'll give you guys, if you want to help me choose and direct the raid, we don't really do direct the raids here because I like to vet people first. But do you guys want to go see a character artist working digitally? Or we could go see a traditional artist. Oh, there's a couple of traditional artists on. We'll see. If you guys choose traditional, I'll just choose the person I haven't rated most recently. So yeah, we'll just stick with that. Ooh, here's another really, or like a digital ink artist, I guess. Shoot, that's 3 options. Is that too many options? Does anyone have a preference? You want to go to the character artist? Anyone else? If not, yeah, I know it is hard to find work-safe streamers. You say character artist as well? All right, we got 2 votes for character artist. So we are gonna go say hi to somebody I don't think we've rated in a while. Oh, and they're doing an event. Oh, cool. They're doing some kind of an event, a community event day today. We're gonna go say hi to Blank Art. Blank Art is awesome. Blank has actually popped in here a couple of times to say hi. I don't think we've had a chance to raid them in quite some time. I will say sometimes the conversation is not work safe. It may just be like a little more mature. So just lower the volume if you got kids around or if you're at work. But there's your warning. Again, here is the raid call if you would like to use a raid call. But let's go say hi to Blank, and I'll see you over there, and I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye!